to learn more and order Think Factor. Your first bottle is just $19.95. Think Factor. Think clearer, perform better daily. Call 800-4RELIEF or visit relieffactor.com for Think Factor.
Stuck in Illinois? Between the taxes, the politics, the weather, it's exhausting. But leaving isn't as simple as packing up and going. That's where leavingil.com comes in. We help you create a smart step-by-step plan so you don't make the wrong move at the wrong time. Start with our quick exit readiness assessment today. Go to leavingil.com. That's leavingil.com or call 224-800-6979.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony.
I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Welcome to this week's edition of Black and Right Radio on AM 560 Chicago, 92.7 FM and AM 1400 Detroit, Michigan. Before this first segment and a half, maybe it's going to be pretty deep. But before I do that, I want to thank David Seaton from the David Seaton Show for filling in for me on last week. I had to go to Michigan on business, but I also went there, and man, I'm telling you, did I meet God there. Stayed at some good friend's house. It was amazing. I was able to finish 3 books. I was able to just I don't even know how to say it. God, I met God there. I really did. I locked myself in this house that I was staying at. Shivaji and Terry, thank you so much for allowing me to use your home. Beautiful lake house too. Beautiful, beautiful lake house. And I enjoyed myself. And got a chance to hang out with my good friends, Vance Patrick and Reg. You guys are amazing. I will never look at ice cream again. I don't know if he's listening, but I would love for him to call in at some point during the show to talk about that ice cream I ate. I totally forgot the name of it. Ray something. But it had those, you know those little things that pop in your mouth, Paul? Those exploding little rocks? It had that in Pop Rock. It had Pop Rocks in this a cherry and some ice cream. It was, I guess it's a Detroit staple. And man, I'm telling you, I'm never gonna look at ice cream to say the same. But I was able to get to the Michigan Republican debate, and it's just amazing to see the fighters that are in Michigan. And I really do hope that we can see that same fight here in the state of Illinois. I really do. But back to David Seaton. David Seaton. I really do appreciate it. I know he kept saying he thanked me, but no, I thank you, brother. I look forward to seeing, what type of friendship and brotherhood that we can develop from here on out, because you really did do a yeoman's job. I mean, a heck of a job filling in, because I was watching the YouTube. That's where you go. You want to know where people are having conversations. Go to YouTube, Black and Right Radio, not the 2.0 one. Paul, what's the YouTube one? What's the new? I mean, the new one, but it was the old one. Is it Black and Right Radio AM 560? Yeah, Black and Right Radio AM 560. That's where the real conversations those conversations over there. And if they accept you over there on the YouTube crowd, I know I did a good job. So I want to again thank David Seaton. Guys, go follow him, The David Seaton Show. He puts out some great content. The other radio stations lost. Will definitely be AM 560's gain, because he's really that good, and I really appreciate that he doesn't follow the whole groupthink model of, especially being a black man, because we're all supposed to think alike apparently, But I always love to get people who can stretch my mental ability and get me to see things from a different perspective. Because, I mean, isn't that what life should be about? But I want to start the show off because, and I want you guys to blame Dan Proft for this. Yep, I said it. I want you guys to blame Dan Proft from Chicago's Morning Answer. I'm just dropped my kids off from school, and Dan Proft plays this.
Whatever you're going through, man, you can get through it. No, listen, man, listen. Listen, you can get through this. Come on, let's talk about it for a minute. Can I at least have a prayer with you? You believe in prayer, I know that. Can I at least have a prayer with you? You mind if I just hold your hand and pray with you? Come on, man, touch my hand. Touch from this side. Look at my hand. Just touch my hand. Just touch my hand, man. I'm praying with you. You're hurting, but if you jump, you're gonna hurt other people. And they're gonna be hurting just like you hurting now. The cycle got to stop of hurt. The sight of hurt got to stop.
I know you got a lot going on. You do. But whatever, if you should make that jump, it is going to be 100 times worse for everyone you care about. I know you don't want to do that to them.
Ruin them. Right there. Come on, man. Come on, please. There you go, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. It's all right. It's all right.
I love you. We all love you. We wear this badge for many reasons. This is the main reason. To reach those whom the devil thinks he got. He ain't got you. We got you, all right? Yeah. All right? Come on.
Now, that was Officer Antonio Richardson from Jacksonville PD. Here is another officer in Cali just a few days ago.
My man, can you talk to us? Can you talk to us, my man? How can I help? I really want to help you, brother. I really do. Come on, man. Give me a shot.
The one inside by the emergency stop sign, I believe he said he was unresponsive.
Come on, my man, please. What for? Because I want to help you, man. There is a point. There's always a point. There's always a point. There's always a point. Come on, please don't do it. Please don't do it, my man. I'm here with you. Let's figure it out. Please. I'll do whatever I got to do to help you through this, brother. I promise. I can't hear you, my man. I can't hear you. Can you get hung? A hug? Of course. You come down here, man. I'll give you a hug. I promise. I promise you. Nothing wrong with that. Can I hop over this? Yeah.
Now, there's another one in New York that just happened. I believe it was last week as well. I have that, but I don't know if I want to play it. But I said all of that to say because as I'm sitting in Michigan, I'm coming up with ideas, and for the last 4 months, my wife and I have been planning to bring back our organization that we had. It was called Yarn Foundation when we were building out a community center in Boulder Hill, Illinois. But we decided to rebrand it and call it Greater Today. We actually built a website, greatertoday.org, and our tagline is "Life is Greater Today." And you hear this pain in these people's heart. And one of the things I said, God, I'm doing everything in my power to make it through this without getting emotional, tearing up, because this is important. I'm going to spend the rest of my life, my waking days, trying to stop what we just heard. This is one of the reasons I take that scripture, and I'm going to butcher it, but be careful when you entertain strangers. You may be, be careful how you entertain strangers. You may have, angels unaware. Paul, look that scripture up for me. I want to make sure I get it right. That's why my heart looks at people when you just never know what people are going through. You never do. You just never know where they are in their headspace. And I am dedicating the rest of my life to ensuring that a father never has to bury his son because his son decided to commit suicide. That that kids don't have to or think that they are alone. It's one of the reasons why one of the books I can tell you, because it's pretty much done, it's going to be coming out right before Father's Day. It's called A Reckoning of a Father. And it's basically just a companion book to Letters to John Boy. It's a devotional. It's a 90-day devotional. And we are going to try to do everything. And we're going to give away, just like I did with Letters to John Boy. I have given away way more free books, and I want to do that today. First caller when we get back, 312-642. If you know somebody that needs that book, I want to send it to them. You know they need it. I want to send it to them. 312-642-5600. 312-642-5600. Not if you have it, but if you know somebody that needs it, give us a call. We'll be right back.
For over a decade, AM 560 has marked the start of summer with a night of cigar smoking and great conversation. And this year, we're proud to welcome the editor-in-chief of Breitbart News to Cigar Night. He's Alex Marlowe, and he'll join AM 560's Dan Proft and Sean Thompson on Tuesday, May 19th at Gobert's Farm in Pingree Grove for a night you won't forget. Tickets are on sale now at 560theanswer.com/cigar. That's 560theanswer.com/cigar. Sponsored by Liberty Cigar Company.
Everywhere you turn, it's plus, plus, plus. Retail chains, streamers, even our phones come with plus. And to think it all started with Hassellus Mattress, because nobody has more plus than us. Right now at Hassellus, get a Queen Beauty Sleep by Beautyrest Elm Cove A mattress. Others sell it for $1,459, but Hassellus has it for just $794. Plus, through Monday, you'll also get a free adjustable base. Plus, a huge selection of Beautyrest, Sealy Posturepedic, and other big name brands. Plus, free financing. Plus, free next day delivery and setup. Plus, free haul away and disposal of your old mattress. Plus, employee-free showrooms. Get all this, plus a whole lot more when you shop at Hassellus Mattress. Woo! All these pluses have me feeling nonplussed. Save big on Sealy Posturepedic, Beautyrest, and more every day from 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at Hassellus.com.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a super fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and data for just $34.99 a month. But wait, there's more. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be switching to an American wireless company that's committed to keeping 100% of its customer service in this country. I appreciate that. In fact, that's why I switched. I also appreciate the way they support our vets and our skilled workforce. Dial pound 250, say micro, and get unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. That's pound 250 micro. Stop paying twice what you need to pay for the service you want and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Do you use a Link EBT card to buy food? Please listen carefully. Rules for SNAP eligibility have changed. You could lose your benefits if you don't act soon. Visit SaveOurSNAP.org to learn about new rules, how they impact your household, and the steps you need to take to keep your food benefits. Don't wait. Go to SaveOurSNAP.org today. Sponsored by the Illinois Commission to End Hunger. Aired in cooperation with the Illinois Broadcasters Association and this station.
Did you know most remodeling mishaps start before construction even begins? Here's something else you should know. At Forever Remodeling, we do things differently. Every kitchen, bathroom, and basement project starts with smart planning, detailed 3D designs, a clear scope of work, and accurate pricing, all sorted out before you get started. No surprises, no stress, just beautiful results. Done right the first time. Visit foreverremodeling.com. That's the number 4, EVER, remodeling.com. And schedule your free in-home consultation today.
Black and Right continues. Once again, here's John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right with John Anthony. You know, I didn't mean to drop that load on you guys that early in the show, but you guys have to understand that I have been so full of just optimism. It has nothing to do with politics. I know this is part a political show, but it also has to be a show that brings hope, and that's what I do. That's what I plan to do. And part of what I'm doing with my wife and I with GreaterToday.org, and we're doing this with our kids too, is one of the things that I'm going to be doing is going around. You can request me to come speak about this very topic, because it's I didn't want to go out and do all this public speaking. I promise you, I turned down. You guys have no idea how much I turned down as it relates to public speaking, because I'd rather be home. I don't go anywhere. I'm a homebody. I'm somebody. The only place I go is my buddy Kyle's garage to watch sporting events, big time sporting events, and things like that. And I'm telling you, I am so dedicated. We found some new videos of my son, and I'm telling you, it broke me. Guys, the trivial things of this world should not matter right now. There are people that are hurting, people who are struggling, people this wanting to fight and stop. God is bigger than that. And wait, he found it for me. Blake Moore, you found it for me. Thank you for that, because now you stopped me from tearing up in a way that I don't want to. Hebrews chapter 13. Be kind to strangers, for you do not know if you are entertaining angels unaware. That's what the Bible actually says. Paul, did we get somebody to call in for the book? Okay, let's go to Karen from the South Suburbs.
This is Karen Hicks, who wants you to give the book to someone else, because I have it.
Yeah.
And it's much needed. And I feel what you're saying, because we are literally focusing on things while our children are perishing.
Yeah.
I'm a grandmother, and I'm dealing with my own issues with my son and my son's son and my grandson's friends. And we are not taking this serious with our young men. I'm not pushing the girls to the side, but right now it is really, really serious for our young men. And the weed that they have allowed our children to be introduced to, it is physically messing with the boys' sexual nature, and it's messing with their minds. And to all that can hear my voice, and I mean it, I'm a grandmother, I'm like you. For the rest of my life, I'm dedicated to saving as many as I can.
Amen.
Please, my people, start talking to these young people and reaching out to them. I don't care if it's by your cell phone, Facebook. These young people are hurting. They're hurting bad.
Yeah.
Every day I'm talking to 10, 20. I go out purposely to talk to them. The depression in their eyes. Nobody's talking to them about their sexual, and if they smoke weed, the weed is affecting them.
Yeah.
A friend of mine called me and gave me something to go to Chinatown. I went to Chinatown. I picked it up. I got the B12, the vitamin D, and the vitamin C. And my grandson's been taking it. It's been three weeks.
Yeah.
And all of them are saying how clear they are since they have not been smoking weed, and their friends are asking for it. So those that can hear my voice, I know this is a political station too, but what
it's a Christian station too, though.
Right. Okay. What does it matter if we're losing our children?
Yeah.
So I ask everybody, I thank you, John, and your wife, because for you to have lost and to be dedicated like you are, we got to get more involved, whether the child is yours or not.
Yep.
So, John, whoever you send that book to, send it to him, because that book is going to save lives. We all are hurting from what we see, and I thank you. And yes, David Seaton was superb. He's an awesome man. He makes you think, because where we are, we got to get away from this sincere ignorance. It is time for our minds to begin to think, come out of this program way, because if you look out the front door of our communities, all the stuff they told us would help us hasn't worked.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
Karen,
time to change. Even the seasons change. So it's time that we change.
amen.
Yes?
And you know the goal for me though, I was reading the scripture. I just want to hear, "Well done, my good and faithful servant."
Yes.
That's the
Well,
goal.
you will hear it, because it's an honor to have met you, because I'm the same way. Every day I get up, it's about someone else. It's about someone else. We already, reciprocity is in the earth. We were sent here to till and dress. Kill and dress. That's all we're supposed to do. Let's save our babies. Thank you, sir.
Amen. Thank you so much. I
Bye-bye.
appreciate that, Karen. You're the best. Let's go to Nick from Kenosha. Nick, what's up, brother?
Not much, man. So I know I said the book, but I was just kind of giving you an update. Last time I talked to you was quite a few months ago, and then I lost my job, and one of my good friends killed himself.
Yeah.
He kind of had everything, and then I fell off the wagon. I had to go to a rehab clinic, and I got taken away from my daughter for a little bit, and
We're here for you, brother. We're here for you. Hey, get Nick's number, Paul. Nick, you mind if I call you during the break?
No, not at all.
You don't? Paul, get his number. I'm going to call you during the break, brother. We are praying for you, brother. God is still on the throne, and everything that you're facing, Nick, I have been at the bottom of the barrel. I have lived through shame. And God brought me back, and he can bring you too, brother. That's who he is. And I'm here for you. I will walk this road with you, brother, so that when next time you calling in, you're going to say, John, look at what God did for me. And I'm not just saying that, brother. I'm saying that because I know it to be real. I know it to be real. I know it, Nick, because I put a gun to my head and pulled the trigger, brother. And I'm still here, but by the grace of God. And everything that I have now is not because of John Anthony. It's because of him and what he's pulled me through, because I did not want to be here anymore. But I am so glad that I am still here, Nick, because of them. If you only understood, I know, guys, I'm sorry about this right now, but this is ministry. This is what God has called me to do. And Nick, no matter how hard it gets, brother, you will make it. You will make it. You just need to have brothers around you like myself. I'm sure there's some brothers around you somewhere out there in Kenosha who will find themselves to you and put their arms around you and let you know that God is still with you. He has not abandoned you, even though it feels like all hope is lost, brother. Even if it feels like all hope is lost and you don't feel like feelings is just that, a feeling, they're fleeting. But you have to know. You have to know that God is with you. And this is not just for Nick. This is for anybody out there right now that's dealing with this heaviness. Because life is heavy right now for so many people. God is with you. You will come back from whatever it is. You know why? Because he's greater than anything. No matter whatever you're going through, put that right in front of you. God is greater than that. Everything that you find yourself struggling with, fighting through, God is still greater than that. He's the greater God, and he will bring you back, Nick. Make sure you get Nick's number. And Nick, we got to go to break, but I'm going to come in there, and I'm going to give you a phone hug if that's okay.
Yeah, that would be great.
You got this, Nick, but you got to know it. One of the things I teach my kids, I've said this on this radio show before. I say, hey, who are you? And they tell me their name. And I say, no, that's not who you are. I say, that's your name. That's the name that I gave you. But who you are. I'm smart. I'm strong. I'm resilient. Those things are who you are. Nick, who are you? That becomes the question you have to answer. I love you, brother. I'm going to come in there and give you a hug. And I'm sorry for deviating from how I normally do radio, but guess what? I answered to him. We'll be right back.
Scott Jennings sees an armed Iran.
That is enough material, if you enrich it just a little bit more, for 10 to 11 nuclear bombs.
So President Trump was right. The Iranians do have the material needed to make nuclear weapons. The question is what to do about it now. More diplomacy, or do they only understand the language of force?
The Scott Jennings Show. Weekdays at noon, right before Hugh Hewitt at 2 on AM 560. The Answer.
Albinger, a 3-day ceasefire is underway between Russia and Ukraine. Fox's Jared Halpern says it was announced after a meeting in Florida yesterday.
The ceasefire announcement comes a day after Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner met with Ukraine's top negotiator in Miami.
The ceasefire is scheduled to end on Monday. It includes a 1,000-person prisoner swap between the warring countries. An Indianapolis police officer is hospitalized after being shot while responding to a shooting on the city's northeast side last night. The department's public information officer, Drew Brown.
Detectives with the Buckeye Sheriff's Office have charged 16-year-old Star Grant and 28-year-old Devon O'Neill Loving with 3 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count each of felony conspiracy to commit murder.
America's listening to Fox News.
Appraisers sought by TRU Funding in Burr Ridge, Illinois, to perform physical inspections of trucks as business property. Requires 2 years of experience in a related occupation. Travel to client sites within Chicago, Naperville, Elgin, Illinois, Indiana, MSA as needed. Must have permanent authorization to work in the U.S. Send resume and cover letter to 745 McClintock Drive, Burr Ridge, Illinois 60527.
Concerned about your retirement accounts or bank savings? Tired of stock market turbulence? Or simply curious about diversifying with precious metals? Tune into The Gold Show on AM 560, The Answer. Learn how gold and silver can help protect your financial future. Discover insights, strategies, and opportunities designed to help you make smarter decisions and guide you to more confident investing. Don't miss The Gold Show this Saturday morning at 11 on AM 560, The Answer.
Let Cole Digital turn your outdoor space into the ultimate entertainment setup. With a 75-inch SunBright outdoor TV that can stay out year-round and great sound throughout. Like planter speakers on the patio, high-quality rock speakers that blend right into your landscape, or bronze garden speakers that blend into the environment. Our technicians will dig a hole and install an in-ground subwoofer for incredible bass and the best in sound quality. We also install outdoor-rated access points for Wi-Fi coverage throughout your yard, and cameras that let you keep an eye on everything with motion-activated recording. Tour our Cole Digital Design Center, 15,000 square feet of audio, video, and great design ideas. Cole Digital is family-owned by conservatives that share your values, and we're based right in Frankfurt. Visit Cole Digital today and schedule your consultation. ColeDigital.com. That's KOLE digital.com, or call 815-469-2000, and we'll bring the showroom to you. 815-469-2000. Cole Digital, what smart living is all about.
Hi, I'm Ken Mariotti, owner of Woodland Windows and Doors, a third-generation family-owned business since 1969. We know you're bombarded by choices when shopping for new windows or doors, so we're inviting you to experience the Woodland difference. For decades, we have been transforming living spaces with Marvin Windows, a fifth-generation family business. Marvin replacement windows have been known to increase the warmth of your cold rooms by 10 degrees. Think about that. 10 degrees warmer. When you welcome Woodland into your home, you will get a product expert to transform your living spaces, full-time, dedicated professional installers that you can trust in your home, along with the best products like Marvin. These are the reasons we're proud of our 5-star reviews and family legacy. No gimmicks, no pressure, and upfront pricing are why Woodland Windows and Doors is your trusted window and door expert in Chicagoland. Visit woodlandwindows.com to book your free in-home expert consultation. That's woodlandwindows.com, or stop by our showroom at the corner of Lake and Geary in Roselle.
You need a construction company, but who?
Call Crosscom.
A construction company you can trust that shares your Christian and conservative values. For decades, Crosscom has been doing work in Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana, and Wisconsin. Roofs, siding, windows, doors, gutters, basically everything for your home or business, even solar. Quality work and professional services that make you feel great about your decision to work with Crosscom.
Call Crosscom.
630-871-5500. Give them a chance to earn your business. If your repairs are due to storm, fire, or flood damage, you need to
call Crosscom.
They're licensed public adjusters. They work for you, not the insurance company. Crosscom will work to get you the money you deserve, the maximum payout. They know the insurance companies and how to deal with them. They win for you.
Call Crosscom.
Crosscom Construction and Public Adjusters.
This is Dan Lights with Crosscom. You can trust us with your home or business for high quality work and fair prices. It's the only way we do business.
630-871-5500. CrosscomPublicAdjusters.com.
It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio. Got that out of my system now. And, we still didn't give a book away. Give us a call, 312-642-5600. 312-642-5600. If you know anybody that needs this book, to encourage them, I am going to send it to them. And guys, I'm telling you, that's what this is about. That's why God gave me this platform. Not because of John Anthony, not to sell books, but to help and bless as many people as we possibly can. That's what I really believe that this is about. I'm telling you. And man, I don't even know where to go now, Paul. After that, how can I, with all the audio clips that I've sent you, how can I play anything now with everything that we just played and where we went to? But I know where I will start. Spencer Pratt. Who is this guy? People say he was a reality star. I have no idea who he is. Maybe because I've been living under a rock for the last 4 or 5 years. But do you know who he is, Paul? I have no idea. What? I have no idea who he is. I can hear you.
I think he was, vaguely. I think he was married to another famous reality star, and they had a show.
Really?
If I'm thinking of the same person.
Oh, man. And he's running for mayor in L.A. And this dude, the fight.
Turns out it's a lot easier to fight fires when there's water in the reservoirs. We're even allowed to arrest criminals now, with handcuffs and everything.
I don't have to wonder anymore whether I just stepped in human shit or dog shit.
Oh!
So that's nice.
Oh, I think there's one more, so I'll stop it. But this guy, I'm telling you, did you see him at the debate? I caught glimpses of the debate after the fact. And to have so much fight and not being afraid to say I'm a Republican in L.A. running for mayor, dude, that's like, where does that happen? Where does that happen? I mean, can somebody like that rise up in the city of Chicago and challenge Mayor Brandon Johnson and all of the cast of characters that's going to be running for mayor in this upcoming election? I mean, to have somebody that's willing to just... He's unafraid. I wish I could have finished that audio, but that's okay. That's okay. We won't continue to go there, Paul. That's okay. That's how we just got to roll with the punches, right? Right? Oh, so I don't know if you guys saw Zothran Mandani. Do I have that? Did we upload that one? What's the name of it? I don't remember, Paul. It's one of those days because I'm still out of sorts right now. Yeah. I am of the belief of this. I really am. I think there's a congressman who put forth the bill that if I personally I'm starting to get to the point where people that come in with these radical ideas who were not born here, I don't think they should hold office. What do you think? Should a person that does this hold office?
When I ran for mayor, I said I was going to tax the rich. Well, today, we're taxing the rich. I'm thrilled to announce we've secured a pied-à-terre tax, the first in New York's history. This is an annual fee on luxury properties worth more than $5 million, whose owners do not live full-time in the city. Like for this penthouse, which hedge fund CEO Ken Griffin bought for $238 million.
Okay, why? Now, this is a video. This is on X that a sitting elected official is exposing where a billionaire lives. Let that resonate in your mind. A sitting elected official is exposing the home, one of the homes of Ken Griffin. Where does that happen?
This pied-à-terre tax is specifically designed for the richest of the rich, those who store their wealth in New York City real estate but who don't actually live here. But even so, they're able to reap the huge financial rewards of owning property in, dare I say, the greatest city in the world. And most of the time, these units are sitting empty since, again, they don't actually live here. This is a fundamentally unfair system that hurts working New Yorkers.
How? Is he paying taxes on that residence? Is the money that he's paying for taxes, is it going to the city of New York? Yes or no? So tell me how is because a man has done well with his life, and now you want to expose him to the world where one of his places where he lives? It ain't nobody's business. And for an elected official to do so?
Now, it's coming to an end. This tax will raise at least $500 million directly for the city. It'll help fund things like free childcare, cleaner streets, and safer neighborhoods. As mayor, I believe everyone has a role to play in contributing to our city, and some a little bit more than others. Happy Tax Day, New York.
Happy Tax Day. Happy I'm coming to get your money, New Yorkers. I mean, I think I got an audio in here. I think I have an audio in here where, did you listen to it, Paul, when I talked about communism? I think it was Victor Davis hand there or Bill Maher. I think it was Bill. It's one of the Mahers. I'll play that late. But here's King. Oh shoot, man! I don't see. Look at me. I'm all out of whack, all out of sorts today. But that's okay. I'm getting my mojo going. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in, taking your Saturday to sit and listen to this radio show. I am immensely blessed to know that and to know you. Black and Right. We'll be right back.
The price of gold is surging to new highs. It's already topped $5,000 an ounce. The only question is, how much money will you make when gold hits $6,000 an ounce? Investors like you have made small fortunes off the run-up in precious metals, and not just with gold stocks or ETFs. Many have taken advantage of a little-known gold investment officially released by the U.S. government. Now you can too, when you get our free special report from veteran trader and investor Jim Woods. It's called Gold Wealth Boosters. This new report outlines amazing gold investments that have returned 12 to 26 times more than investing in gold bullion itself. Given the uncertainty in world markets, the investments outlined in Jim Woods' Gold Wealth Boosters report are crucial in 2026, and it's free. To get your free Gold Wealth Boosters report, log on to EagleGoldReport.com. EagleGoldReport.com. That's EagleGoldReport.com.
Making the switch to a new communications and IT company may seem like a big ordeal, but if you're not getting the reliable support, consistent internet, and secure solutions your company needs, meet Access One, your local Chicagoland IT experts. Access One has been powering Chicago businesses with secure, reliable IT solutions for over 30 years from our headquarters right here in the West Loop. Whether it's VoIP phones, dedicated internet, managed cybersecurity, cloud backups, or 24/7 support, Access One is here for you. Serving thousands of companies from Naperville to the North Shore, Access One is Chicago-owned and Chicago-run, a trusted IT partner for law firms, clinics, tech startups to manufacturers. We'll make the switch easier than you think. Let's talk. Call 800-804-8333 or visit accessoneinc.com. Rated top 5% in customer satisfaction and a Better Business Bureau A+ rated business. That's AccessOneInc.com. Tech made personal locally.
Hey AM 560 listeners, Jeff checking in again from JeffBuysYourHouse.com. What I learned serving our great nation in the military is that every mission is unique and success starts with listening. For nearly 20 years, our veteran-led house buying team has taken the time to understand what matters most to each homeowner we serve. Every home has a story, and every seller has different needs. Whether you want a quick closing or need extra time to find your next place, we customize our approach around what works best for you. That's how we've earned hundreds of 5-star Google reviews and an A+ rating with the BBB, by putting relationships first. No repairs needed, no cleanout required, and you pick the closing date that works best for your schedule. At JeffBuysYourHouse.com, we're here to help you through the entire transition, not just the transaction. Are you ready to work with a local team that takes the time to understand your home selling needs? Sell your house to the trusted source by calling us today at 630-895-9530. That's 630-895-9530 or JeffBuysYourHouse.com.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony.
Get up, get on up, get up. And people that are proud to be labeled as a socialist. That used to be was a smear when I was running my first cycle, and now that's becoming more normalized. And now I think that's a very dangerous, slippery slope for us to be. And now I've spoke to people that had to live under socialism and or communism, and they are morons if they think that socialism is the answer. I've lived under that, and thank God we are now.
We already have a great deal of socialism, and I've made the point a million times on the show, as we should. All Western democracies are quasi-socialist. There are certain things that the government should do. You don't want the private enterprise to be controlling the Marine Corps, and we need Social Security and Medicare, Medicaid. Obviously, these things, we have socialism. They're just proposing something way more than that. And by the way, you said socialism, dirty word. Yeah, yes and no. What really was a dirty word, which isn't anymore, is communism.
Yeah,
I mean, this woman in New York who is Mayor Mondami's right-hand woman, she tweets out, elect more communists. This guy, Graham Plattner,
yeah, it's not a slur if I refer to him as a communist. That's his own term that he used for himself.
Yes.
Antifa and these other kinds of extreme things. Now that's his own words. That's not my view, and I'm not using that as a slur.
But the idea that communist is not a dirty word, I think we need to pause here and say, okay, this is a watermark. This is a watershed mark, a moment in American history where we should pay attention. And my guess is because AI is going to be taking everybody.
There is nothing new under the sun. For generations, we have been fighting against this scourge. And for it to be acceptable now, it breaks my heart. Craig from Mount Greenwood.
Hey, John.
Hey.
Man, real good to get a chance to talk to you again.
Yes, sir.
I was talking to Paul and all that, and, there's a situation where the people don't often think about it, but when we talk about good against evil and that, it goes into exactly what you're talking about. This is why the left, they'll go after a guy that owns a lot of property or builds a lot of businesses or hires a lot of people and is just trying to take and really be good for society in a way where everybody wins. All the people that have jobs through them, they win. He wins because he can keep investing money and doing good things with money. The devil hates it. The devil wants to get in there and bust that up, wants to hurt it, when a police officer does a good thing, talks to somebody. No, they want to hurt. They don't want that to happen. They want the person to jump off the bridge. They don't want the police officer to interfere with that. And so everything that goes on in our world, and when you look at it, you can see the devil behind the wickedness and doing those kind of things. And so that's why I just want to say, brother, you are right, exactly right. How this is what's going on in our world, and it's more and more.
And you know what? You ever seen those movies, The Purge? You ever seen any of those Purge movies?
I didn't see that yet,
dude. Some days I wake up and I feel like we are at the precipice of the purge. I really do, man. And I pray to God it never happens. And what they don't understand, if you get rid of the police, that's going to happen, Craig.
Yeah. the thing is that the police are really under duress a lot of times from the devil, because the police get in all kinds of situations that the devil is in there going one way and the police are pushing back the other way.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Craig. I appreciate the call, my brother. And I wasn't here last week to talk about. I believe the shooting had happened on that Saturday when I was here. Bartholomew, the cop that was shot, and the other cop that was shot by this individual. Another safety act, in my opinion, another safety act case. And, to see, I saw yesterday, I saw the video today of the superintendent carrying the folded flag. And I saw Mayor Brandon Johnson there. I'm not going to be one of those people that blames him, because he's not in the legislature to create that policy. But there's no way he should have even shown up to that event, especially with some of the commentary that he has said recently about police. I just don't think so. Jim, South Elgin. What's up, Jim?
Well, calling you from a remote location, San Pedro Sula, Honduras.
Oh, Honduras.
There you go. That's right. He's got to visit the family. Anyways, everybody on Urban Talk Radio is all up in arms about the Walgreens closing on Chatham.
Yeah, I saw that.
And so I've been, if you go and look at the property tax bill, just for that store alone, it's $154,000 just for the commercial real estate tax. 154.
And how many? Wait. And how many locations does Walgreens has throughout Chicago? And if they're footing that bill,
yeah, just that one building's property tax is so much higher, and that's why you go to Indiana, it's half or less.
Yeah.
Indiana's got varying commercial real estate levels based on the price value of the building, but that's just one thing alone. So when I call up, everybody's silent. Well, plus they're stealing all this stuff, and I just sent you and Verlon. This lady did a little report on all the vacant stores in Seattle.
Oh.
And all the decline that's gone in Seattle because all these Democrats have taken over and how they socialize things. It's unbelievable. And you're seeing the same thing in Chicago. It's exactly the same reason. The sanctuary city policies, soft on crime, everything else, and stores can't stay open.
Yeah.
People are all up in their arms, but all up in arms. But listen, it's your system that caused that, buddy. So live with it.
I'm having Jonathan Bush on here. He was just newly installed in Republican politics in Chicago. And we not only are we going to talk about that, we're also going to be discussing the Supreme Court's decision on Louisiana. So buckle up.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Jim. Have a good time. Be safe.
Their underwear all in a knot.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Be safe.
Good for them.
All right, brother.
Take
care. Bye-bye. Yeah. So many people totally misread that Louisiana decision. And hopefully I get to tackle that with Jonathan Bush as he comes. I believe he's going to be here at 5:30. And then I'm going to talk to Mark Rice about what's happening in Iran, energy, all things energy. I believe it's at 6. I think, Mark. Remind me. We'll be back.
Hey, if you're living with joint pain, listen up. I want you to try something different. You don't have to live in pain every day. Have a conversation with my friends at QC Kinetics and tell them I sent you when you do. They offer all-natural regenerative treatments for joint pain. I've seen the results and personally recommend Dr. Caravelli and her team. Stop saying to yourself, this is just how I am now. That's not okay. Get back to the normal you, the one who is active and carefree. QC Kinetics is helping AM 560 listeners with pain from arthritis or injury in their knees, hips, and shoulders. Now they're moving again, golfing and running without surgery or long recovery. The science is real. The treatments are natural. Your body knows how to heal. QC Kinetics will show you how without surgery. Don't watch summer pass you by again, stuck on your couch, afraid to move. Take action today. Schedule an appointment right now. Consultations are free. Call 312-827-6261. That number again, 312-827-6261. Call QC Kinetics at 312-827-6261.
I'm attorney Stephen Leahy. If you're a business owner with unfiled tax returns, tax season is not your friend. This is when the IRS turns up the heat. They match 1099s. They review payroll filings. They compare bank deposits. And when returns are missing, they don't send you a warning. They take action. Penalties stack up fast. Liens become public. Bank levies can drain your account. I see it every year. Good business owners who waited too long, not because they're crooks, but because they were overwhelmed. Let me be clear, hiding makes it worse. Action makes it fixable. I help business owners get compliant, file what's missing, and negotiate from a position of strength, not fear. Don't wait for the next certified letter. Don't wait for a levy. Go to fightbacknow.com and sign up for my daily email. I'll tell you exactly what to do next, step by step. Or call me right now at 312-664-6649. Act now before the IRS acts first.
And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right. Before I continue and take other calls, my good buddy, you guys know him, Tom from Blue Island. We call him Pip. I'll never forget, I was at a golf, AM 560's golf tournament, and I guilted Pip into giving $100 for the charity. But he lost one of his good friends, Dan Wildman. I hope I'm saying it right, Buzzle. He passed away this weekend. So shout out to his family. Tom, I know you and I have been talking through text. It's tough. It's tough losing a really good friend. So I'm sure I know how you're feeling, brother. Godspeed to you and to his family as well. But before we take the calls, so Ken Griffin responded about the Mamdani video.
Speaking of warm greetings, I was going to do this, wanted to do this interview outside your apartment, but I thought it would be creepy and weird. So how did you feel about the mayor's little video?
It was creepy and weird.
It really was.
Agreed.
I mean, like, knock, knock, knock on the window. Like, huh.
Who's there? Nobody knows.
Mayor of New York
knock
City.
on the screen, yeah.
Yeah, on the screen, like.
Yeah.
Like that's
How many times have you watched that video?
3. 3.
What are you going to do about it?
I couldn't help myself.
You had to what?
I had to go back and look at it again. I mean, like, you literally look at the first time and you're like, you got to be kidding me.
Right.
Okay? And then the second time you're like, you know what, this has gone from creepy to actually not really creepy. This has gone frightening because, you know, the CEO of United Healthcare was killed just a few blocks from my house.
See?
And anything that creates like an agitation in the extremist on either side of the aisle is a frightening dynamic. I mean, you know, if we look at what happened in D.C.
He's right. He's so right. Now, the guy, I don't know if there's a back interest or anything, or if Ken Griffin decides to go on a jog one morning, then what? What happens if he's accosted now that people know where one of the richest men in the world lives? What happens? What happens? He was the richest man in Illinois. And what happens then? What do we do? What do we say? You know, this is listen, I know I've gotten death threats. People despise me. I've literally gotten death threats. I've been told, if I see you somewhere, if I see you in downtown Chicago, I'm going to knock your head off. I mean, I know what that's like, and I'm always concerned about it. I really am. Mitchell.
Yes, John, I wanted to just say, are you familiar with what's going on with the Bears and the latest developments with the Senate? Approved. They're one move away from going to Arlington Heights.
Yeah.
And I want to break down to you why this is not a good idea. First of all, the people in Arlington Heights, Rolling Meadows, and Palatine, and Cook County are going to get fleeced on steroids. In 2025, last summer, the 3 school districts gave the Chicago Bears a $5 million discount. It's in the public domain. I'm not making this up, which freezes the property tax until 2027. After 2027 expires. All this dancing that Kevin Warren's doing with the Bears is a ruse. Yeah. So if the Bears go back to basically Arlington Heights, the residents are going to get fleeced on steroids because Bears that are worth $8.9 billion with a B, John, don't want to pay their property taxes because when they played at Soldier Field, it was the Park District that paid the tab. Who owns the Park District, John? It's the people of the municipality and the businesses in Chicago. Duh. Wow. And then when they were at Wrigley Field, that was another ruse. The people, they never had to pay property taxes. So Pritzker was all for saying, we're not giving this $8.9 billion private company, the Bears, a dime. He does a complete 180. He's a slob because you know why? It comes down to is that the Bears are policing their own. Yeah. And let me tell you something, Chicago Bears, you're the biggest loser. You have the temerity to be at $8.9 billion, John, and they don't want to pay their property taxes. They want a publicly funded stadium, which is shown by 3 different universities. There's zero benefit.
Well, Reinsdorf showed them the way, right?
Reinsdorf got all this money from the former governor decades ago. He got a sweetheart deal, Daddy-O.
We on a heartbreak. Thanks so much for calling. $22 million for one building in property taxes? Senor, you're kidding me. Don't go anywhere. Hour 2 coming up.
What happens when feelings replace morality? If right and wrong are just personal opinions, then who decides why violence, theft, or chaos are wrong? In his new book, If There Is No God, Dennis Prager tackles the biggest questions of good, evil, suffering, and justice, offering clear arguments for anyone searching for moral clarity in a troubled age. If There Is No God by Dennis Prager. Available now at PragerStore.com. That's PragerStore.com. Picture warm Gulf breezes, turquoise waters, white sand beaches. Now, add evenings of conversation with Salem Media's Mike Gallagher, Scott Jennings, Larry O'Connor, and Jennifer Horn. This November, sail from Fort Lauderdale to the Bahamas, Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, and Mexico on a 7-day journey built for those who love this country. Book your cabin today when you text the word cruise to 94878. Celebrate America's 250th anniversary the right way on the Gulf of America Cruise. Book your cabin now. Text the word cruise to 94878. News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND, Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com on the AM 560 mobile app, or tell your smart speaker to play The Answer.
Struck and killed on the tarmac. I'm Daria Albinger. Fox News. A runway at Denver International Airport was shut down after trespasser was struck and killed by a Frontier Airlines jet that was taking off. More from Fox's Max Gordon.
The person who was hit and killed still remains unidentified. It's also unclear why they decided to scale the perimeter fence at Denver International Airport and stand in the path of an incoming jet. This all happened at around 11:19 Mountain Time last night. Frontier Flight 4345 was hurtling down the runway, taking off for Los Angeles when they struck the person. Smoke was reported in the cabin, and passengers were evacuated via slides as a precautionary measure. In video taken during that evacuation, you can get a glimpse of the aircraft's engine damaged after the collision. The Airbus A321 was carrying 224 passengers and 7 crew members. The runway where the incident happened was shut down for the investigation, and airport officials say they checked the fence line after the incident, finding it intact.
12 passengers reported minor injuries. Several of them were taken to hospitals, though. Tensions remain high in the Strait of Hormuz as the U.S. waits on a proposed peace plan that Tehran is now reviewing. Fox's Alex Hogan has details from the White House.
The White House says that as they're waiting for this, the ceasefire is still holding at this time. There's also a lot of other military activity taking place. U.S. Central Command releasing footage of a U.S. fighter jet disabling 2 Iranian oil tankers trying to breach the American blockade. CENTCOM also says that American forces have redirected 58 commercial vessels and disabled 4 since April 13th. One senior British official telling Fox the HMS Dragon Type 45 destroyer now is in the Gulf. The UK's Ministry of Defence today says that the ship will support efforts to clear mines and protect ships.
CENTCOM says despite the fighting, which President Trump has described as love taps, that blockade will stay in place. America's listening to Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
Tonight will be partly cloudy with a low of 44. Expect Sunday to be breezy with a mix of clouds and sunshine, reaching a high of 63. Sunday night will be partly cloudy and chilly with a low of 43. Monday will bring mostly sunny skies with a high of 60. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
Fight or flight? In Illinois, you've got both options. You can stay and fight, engage in local races, work to change things. Or you can vote with your feet. At LeavingIL.com, we help you build a smart exit plan so you know where to go, when to go, and how to do it right. Take our quick exit readiness assessment. Go to LeavingIL.com. That's LeavingIL.com. Or call 224-800-6979.
President Trump has triggered a $200 billion tech disruption, and Wall Street is asleep at the switch. This $200 billion investment in chip technology could make today's artificial intelligence chips obsolete. Technology that will make today's AI data centers a thing of the past, like IBM's old mainframes. While most investors are focused on old-fashioned AI, there are 3 companies quietly building a $1 trillion triangle that could transform every tech sector on Earth. These 3 companies are gearing up to develop and manufacture manufacture supercomputers the size of a dinner plate. Institutions like Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street are pouring more than $200 billion into this AI revolution. Investment guru George Gilder has been predicting tech revolutions for more than 40 years, including the iPhone, Netflix, and Amazon. Now he's got his finger on 3 companies whose technology will change tech forever. Log on to TrillionDollarTriangle.com to find out which 3 companies are working on what could be the biggest tech disruption since the internet. TrillionDollarTriangle.com. That's TrillionDollarTriangle.com.
The following advertisement includes a celebrity impersonation. The summer heat in Chicagoland is no joke. And if your old air conditioner is making funny noises, you may already know it's time for a new unit.
Look, your air conditioner, it's a disaster. People are telling me it's the worst ever.
Don't sweat it, literally. When it comes to cooling your home, Air Right Heating and Cooling does it the best.
And they love our country. Beautiful people.
Rebates are still available, financing is flexible, and at Air Right installations are smooth and professional with no surprises.
It's beautiful. Some people say it's the coolest air anyone's ever felt. I don't know. That's just what they're saying. It's doing an incredible job. Really tremendous.
Plus, tell them AM 560 sent you and Air Right will give you $56 off any service. Visit Air Right Heating and Cooling today at AIR-RITE.com. Again, that's AIR-RITE.com. Air Right Heating and Cooling, doing it right since 1959.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony.
I'm coming in hot. Coming in hot, just like the fajita. I write what I live, my life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Welcome back. Hour 2 of Black and Right Radio on AM 560 Chicago, 92.7 FM, and AM 1400 Detroit, Michigan. If you missed that first hour, head over to 560theanswer.com. Download the podcast. You can listen to that first hour, and you can listen to this show no matter where you are. And I appreciate all of you who do download the show. I know you don't have to. Paul, what was that? What was that you were saying, Paul?
So there was a caller who called during the last break, and a man named Joe, and just he was very moved by your first half hour. He was it got him so emotional. He actually had to stop his car and get out and just collect themselves. And he just wanted to call and just say thank you so much, and just keep up the great work, and just he just appreciates you so much. And he would have done it, but I think it was such moving. He just wanted to pass that along.
Well, thank you, Joe. I really appreciate hearing from people like you, and I as I said, I do radio for people like you, and I'm just lost. I'm lost for words, Paul. Yeah. Let's go to Rick from LaPorte, Indiana. Hey, Rick.
Yeah, John.
Hey, what's up, Rick?
Hey, John. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
You hit a nerve, man. About 5-6 years ago, my mom passed. And my mom, she was my mom. I learned a long time ago, you can't pick your parents.
That's true.
I didn't have a dad. I had a mom.
Yeah.
And my mom could start a fight in an empty room. And her and I used to go at it all the time. And I used to say to and I started eating. I started getting obese,
Yeah.
And you're disgusting. You're disgusting to look at. And I should have killed you when I should have drowned you when I had the chance. I used to hear that all the time.
Oh.
And I said to myself, when this woman dies, I'm going to throw a party. But I never told her that. Last year, about the last 10 months of her life, she got dementia for a few years, and my ex-wife would watch her because I couldn't deal with her. Well, my ex-wife couldn't deal with her. I said, you got to bring her back. So I moved into her house, and I took care of her for the last 7 months of her life.
Wow.
I didn't abuse her or nothing. I treated her like gold.
Mm.
And I thought, then she died. The kids came, we sat and prayed, and I can't believe I'm saying this. I miss her. I miss her.
Yeah.
I do miss her. I wouldn't want to live with her. But we used to talk on the phone for hours about, the good things. There was very few, but there was some good things. And I miss her.
Mm.
I can't believe I miss her, but I do.
Yeah.
But that woman put me through hell. Hell.
Sounds like your heart's better with it now, though.
I'm dealing with it.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with it, but like I said, you can't choose your parents, and it's just a part of my life that I want to erase, but I can't. And a couple of times I thought about, jumping, taking it out, going out, man,
Can't lose you, brother.
She always used to tell me after she would browbeat me, she always used to tell me, if you kill yourself, you go straight to hell. And whether that's true or not, I don't think it is. But I had that doubt.
Yeah.
So I never did.
Amen.
And
glad you didn't, brother.
Thank you for your time, brother.
Hey, anytime you want to call into this show, you're free to do so, Rick. Rick, I'm going to be praying for you. I have this thing called a prayer list that I add people to, and your name will definitely be on there.
I'm 70 years old, and I'm still going through this.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate the call, man. You will definitely go on the prayer list.
I appreciate you, man.
Hey, stay strong, Rick, okay? Rick's story reminds me. I read a book a long time ago when I was working for the Safer Foundation. Mike Cesaric, who was my boss and one of my he was a mentor to me, and he told me to read a book called A Child Called It, because I was teaching GED to at-risk youth, 16 to 21 at the time, and he said, read this book. And I read the book called A Child Called It by Dave Pelzer. I don't know if you guys, in this book, his mom, he went through some horrific abuse. He was forced to eat his own vomit. His mom made him drink ammonia. But thank God at age 12, he has a series of books also. I've read the second one too. I forgot the name of that one though. But A Child Called It really stuck with me. And to see what kids have to go through, man. The Lost Boy, that's the next book, The Lost Boy. It just came back to me. But to see what kids have to go through, that's why my children, man, they know, they get tired of me telling them how much I love them. And, my 13-year-old right now, I told her, you're 13 now, you're a teenager. It'll never stop me from loving you, man. I absolutely love my kids, and they love me. Let's go to Man on the Street. What up, Mark?
Hey, it's Mark Waramore, Man on the Street. I got a quick report here, and mention you're putting out your prayers, but we need big prayers for the family of John Bartholomew, the Chicago police officer who was put to rest yesterday. Hundreds of policemen and people from the area, actually thousands, were lined up on Hollywood and Lakeshore Drive. It was a pretty small church, so people were outside on video screens. We were out there, and it was very sad. He has school-age children. He was shot by somebody who was a allegedly suspect, is 7-time convicted felon. And it's just terrible, the Safety Act. And we have to go figure out with Pritzker and Brandon Johnson, the state legislators, we need that revoked.
Yeah, but, I saw what's her name? The Cook County State's Attorney come out and say that there has to be some changes made to the Safety Act. So that's a good start if she's willing to risk it and say something has to, because something has to be done with the Safety Act, Mark. Chicagoans are not safe.
If you saw his kids out there, it was just devastating. NBC News had a close-up of the son, and it was chilling. But Sunday they had the St. Jude March on Michigan Avenue. There's been 608 Chicago policemen killed in the line of duty. So that was another remembrance. It didn't get a lot of press. But two other quick things. I went down with Ben Bergquam this past week, he did a bunch of stories in Chicago. We went down where Sheridan Gorman was killed, the Loyola University student who was killed on the beach. Allegedly, an illegal alien did it. So we did a story on that. You can look for that. And on the lighter side, I was just at Buckingham Fountain with Mayor Brandon Johnson. He turned on the fountain. He was on his game. I got to hand it to him. I just wish he was right on the policies. Several thousand people out there. Summer's here in Chicago. Hopefully we can get law and order back. And like I said, John, if you can put that on your prayer list for all these people, we need Chicago back to the way it was.
Hey, Mark, I'm curious. How many of these police funerals have you been to?
This is the 9th. The first one I went to was Commander Paul Bauer, who was shot at the State of Illinois building. He was 2 years behind me at St. Ignatius High School. I'd met him. You know, I knew him from the neighborhood. Yeah. And now I wouldn't miss one. They're
how emotional are they? I mean, I've been to a funeral before as a cop, but I mean, how emotional is it at these funerals?
Well, the eulogy was the biggest part for me. I was inside the gym watching with about maybe 700 policemen from all over the state and the country. And at one point, his brother mentioned, I think his name is James Bartholomew, mentioned Erica Kirk and Charlie Kirk, and it was interesting. I'm going to put the clip on.
I have the audio. I'll play it when we get back from the break.
Oh, okay. So that was really, and people were very emotional when he was speaking about his brother, and his brother, his best friend, and I mean, you could have heard a pin drop in that gymnasium. We were in the room next to the chapel, like I said, and that part was very emotional. The music, of course, the bagpipes, and then they played taps. I mean, the whole thing is. I'm getting chills just telling you about it.
You know, I don't know if you remember, but I lost my baby brother actually a year before I lost my son. So I definitely understand the loss of a brother. I'm going to play his clip when we get back from break. Thanks so much, Mark. I appreciate you giving us an update.
Keep up the good work, John.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I'll bring him on. What's up, troublemaker? You're looking for Super to call, aren't you?
Yeah, you know I am. You know,
Super.
I went off about him on Sean's show.
Yeah.
Went off, man.
Where you at, Super?
Like him.
All right, brother. Hold the line, Blind. You're listening to Black and White Radio, AM 560, 92.7 FM, and AM 1400, Detroit, Michigan. We'll be right back.
For over a decade, AM 560 has marked the start of summer with a night of cigar smoking and great conversation. And this year, we're proud to welcome the editor-in-chief of Breitbart News to Cigar Night. He's Alex Marlowe, and he'll join AM 560's Dan Proft and Sean Thompson on Tuesday, May 19th at Gobert's Farm in Pingree Grove for a night you won't forget. Tickets are on sale now at 560theanswer.com/cigar. That's 560theanswer.com/cigar. Sponsored by Firago, the immune enhancement cocktail.
Hey, I'm Steve Wyatt, and I want to invite you to the Wyatt Matters show, which airs every Sunday on this station. You can expect lively discussion and heartfelt reflection that will both entertain and inspire you. And if we do it right, maybe deliver some genuine laughter as well. We talk about not only what matters, but also why it matters.
Wyatt Matters. Sunday morning at 6 on AM 560. The Answer.
For 25 years, Applied Mechanical Sales has kept Chicago's commercial buildings warm and running smoothly. From schools and churches to high-rises and hotels, they provide the boilers, water heaters, and exhaust systems that contractors and engineers count on. Whether it's a replacement project or a new construction, Applied Mechanical helps you select the right equipment, standard or high efficiency, for your specific application. What sets them apart? They match the right Camas equipment to your building's exact needs, so it performs flawlessly through Chicago winters for the next 15 to 20 years. And they don't disappear after installation. Applied Mechanical ensures your systems run at peak efficiency year after year. Are you a degreed mechanical engineer looking to lead a growing sales team? They'd love to talk to you. Schedule a site visit and boiler assessment at appliedmechanicalsales.com. That's appliedmechanicalsales.com.
Platform safety is critical at your commercial and industrial facility. Keeping people safe and meeting OSHA requirements isn't optional. That's why Vans Industrial offers free platform inspections by professional structural engineers who know exactly what to look for. Problems with platforms, ladders, or stairs can lead to costly fines or worse. Vans Industrial helps you meet OSHA standards to protect people in your facility.
Hi, I'm Dave Van Camp, president of Vans Industrial. With decades of experience, I bring long-standing industry knowledge from inspecting, correcting, and replacing countless platforms to make facilities safer. Vans Industrial is a specialty contractor equipped to modify or replace steel catwalks, handrails, stairways, and ladders. Our union building trades professionals fabricate and install high-quality steel systems that create safer work environments.
Call 833-VANS-IND for a free platform inspection by professional structural engineers. See what else we can do for you. Visit vansindustrial.com. That's VANS Industrial.com.
A revolution in chip technology could make today's artificial intelligence obsolete. 3 companies are quietly building a $1 trillion triangle to develop and manufacture supercomputers the size of a dinner plate. Investment guru George Gilder has his finger on the 3 companies whose technology could change tech forever. Log on to TrillionDollarTriangle.com to find out which 3 companies are working on what could be the biggest tech disruption since the internet. TrillionDollarTriangle.com. That's TrillionDollarTriangle.com.
Black and Right continues. Once again, here's John Anthony.
Your son comes in saying he wants to transition. What do you do?
Well, first, I mean, if it's my son, so I love him regardless, right? And he's always going to have my undying love. That's me, right? I want to make sure that I'm involved in understanding where he is, how he's feeling, the way he's feeling, why he thinks it's important. If this is a journey that he wants to go down, I want him to always be comfortable in his own skin. And I want him to always know that he has a partner in me to help him along that journey.
Would you advise him to wait till he's 18?
If this is how he is feeling, and I feel like I'm closely tied to him, I'm not going to advise him on something that he feels is
at 14 years old, Wes.
No, I understand it, but what I'm saying is, the most important thing for me is I want him to feel safe in his own skin, safe in his own decision making, but also know that at 14 years old, I want to be involved inside of that process as well. I'm not going to condemn him nor castigate him. I'm not going to kick him out of the house. I'm not going to do anything that's going to hurt him.
You can't.
But I just want to make sure that I'm involved.
Well, first of all, you can't. It's illegal. You can't kick your 14-year-old kid out of the house. Now, this is what I think that was. That was a progressive check. Wes Moore is a contender to run on the Democrat side, either as a presidential candidate or he's definitely looked at. He's the mayor of, I believe, Maryland, and he's being looked at, and he had to be very careful with answering that question. No, he should have said no. At 14 years old, I will not allow my son to go out and butcher himself. I'm sorry, guys. That is not hate. That is not. I definitely understand. I'm not going to not love my child, but the answer is no. Villan?
No, I totally understand. I would hope that I was living in a state where if he or she wanted to transition, I could just say no, and you just going to have to wait till you're 18. But if you live in somewhere like Illinois or California, they're going to do it behind your back. So it depends on where you stay. That's why that leads me to what I was going to say to you in the first place when I called. Now, listen, I want to have a calm conversation with you because I'm making fruit salad and I got a knife in my hand and I don't want to be upset.
Fruit salad.
Yeah. So my question to you is, why do you still fight, and what are you fighting for in locally and nationally? Why don't you let nature take its course and let secession happen? That's like that's like the question that you just asked me. What would I do if my kid wanted to transition? Well, first off, if they're 14 years old, I know where I'm at. It's time to go.
Yeah.
If I'm in Illinois, it's time to go. Now I'm moving to Indiana, right? The hop, skip, and a jump, 21 miles away. I'm moving to Indiana just like I did when I knew my daughters wasn't going to have a good time, and a happy time or a good time. in those public schools in Illinois because they like to fight. So I said, nope, got to go. So it won't ever happen. They never had a school fight. I was good. But you as a parent have to succeed on your own or by way of foot. You got to go. That's the only way you can do it is go to red states where you will have a good life, a happy life. You have more control when it comes to your kids, and you have more control when it comes to your money. Your money goes a longer way. You have to make hard decisions. I know it's hard for some people. They have businesses and they just can't start over right away. Well, maybe you need to.
That's a huge thing. That's a huge reason why a lot of people don't just do what Villan did, up and leave Illinois for Indiana first, and then Michigan. Everybody can't do that. And I'll say this. You said, what was the question again? What am I fighting for?
I said, why do you still fight on a local level or national level, and what are you fighting for?
Okay.
Because you see the way it's going. It's seceding anyway.
No, I have one answer for that, Villan. As long as I'm still in Illinois and I have kids here, that's who I'm fighting for. That's why I come here. That's why I was doing, when I was doing 6 days a week, I did this for not only just my kids, but those who are, God has given me this platform, and whoever listens to this show, Villan, do you know this, how many people's minds we've changed, right?
Yeah, I know.
I change a lot of people's perspective. They don't always agree with me. Like Super don't agree with everything. Especially you.
Yeah.
But Super doesn't disagree with everything that, agree with everything that I believe in. But Villan, as long as I have to be here, what am I supposed to do? Just lay down my arms and just let my kids have to deal with this? No, I'm going to get on these airwaves as long as AM 560, The Answer, 92.7 FM, and AM 1400, and more to come. Yes, more to come. That's one of the reasons why I was in Michigan. But hopefully, let's pray. But Villan, I'm fighting for my kids. That's who I'm fighting for. I have three kids under 13 and under. 3 kids. My 23-year-old and my 19-year-old. My 19-year-old is in college. My 23-year-old is working a very good job, and I gotta still fight for them. And I got my grandson. That's who I'm fighting for. And if these politicians, like, look at what Wes Moore just did. And I'm gonna play. Oh, you gotta stick around, Villan. You're not in a hurry, are you?
No, I got all day.
Yeah, you're not. You can't go anywhere because our boy is back in the news. Your guy from Tennessee. Your guy. I told somebody last night. Oh, that's Villan's best friend.
Man.
Yeah.
To my Afro man.
Yeah, that's. I said that's Villan's best friend. Because Villan, I mean, look at what he couldn't come out and say as a father. No, I cannot allow my son to be butchered. This guy in Tennessee, Villan, you and I both know. He found this act and it works, and we're supposed to believe what he's saying. I'm looking for the audio, but let me play this audio because I told the people that I would. James Bartholomew, the brother of the fallen officer.
When he was a kid, he just wanted 2 things. Wanted to be a cop, and he did that. And he wanted to be a dad, and he did that. He would be overwhelmed by the outpour of the kindness and love the community has given us. It's just been overwhelming. The city, and quite frankly, the country, it just seems so unreal. It's coming from everywhere. You check your phone, it's on the news, social media, which is bizarre because this man hated social media. Didn't want anything to do with it, and now he's everywhere. It's just wild. It's incredible.
Man, Villan, can you imagine? Your brother goes to work to do a job, and his family will never see him again on this side of earth, on this side of heaven. Imagine that, Villan.
You already know when it comes to death, I get all messed up.
Yeah.
When you opened the show, I didn't know where you were going, But I wasn't gonna call because I can't deal with it.
Right.
I just can't deal with it. My whole makeup is being a humanitarian from what I've been doing since I've been 19 years old, helping people.
Yeah.
So I don't want people to die. We take the Hippocratic oath all the way from the lowest scale of nursing to the highest. Do no harm.
Right.
So hey, that's why I'm against the death penalty and everything else. I'm not going to do harm to another person.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Even a person that kills one of your relatives. I believe in the death penalty. I do. 100%.
I know you said that, but I am totally consistent. Nope, because that's not going to bring my family member back. I want them to do hard labor. I'll break rocks. I want them to I want them to have 23-1, just 1 hour out, maybe no hours out. I want him to have horrible food. I want him to suffer, but I want him alive to suffer to his last day.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we've had this argument, and we've gone round and round. But I don't have time to play it though. But when we come back from break, and Valon, I got a guy coming in, Jonathan Bush. I think you're gonna like him. I hope. Because you don't like nobody anymore. You move over to Red Michigan, and nobody, Valon, you don't like anybody. I think Sean Thompson has completely rubbed off on you. Our buddy Sean. Sean don't like nobody. But he loves us. He loves us, and I do. Man, I'm telling you, I love that guy, man. He is. People don't really understand the wisdom that Sean Thompson pushes out. I talk to him, and the wisdom that he has, Valon. That's out on air. It's not that he's two different people, but when you get Sean face to face, and some of the stuff he says to you, you're like, I walk away sometimes like, was that Sean Thompson? Jeez, the dude is smart. We'll be right back.
Mike Gallagher wants answers from our politicians.
8 beautiful children now gonna be buried this week because a man killed them with a gun that he wasn't allowed by law to possess in the first place. What law do you want, Gavin Newsom? Tell me, I mean it. Tell us. What law would work?
The Mike Gallagher Show, weekdays at 9 on AM 560. The Answer.
Fox News, I'm Carmen Roberts. A scary night for passengers on a Frontier Airlines flight taking off from Denver International. The plane struck and killed a pedestrian on the runway.
Smoke was reported in the cabin, and passengers were evacuated via slides as a precautionary measure. The identity of the person, though, is still unknown.
Fox's Max Gordon. The U.S. says despite ramped up military action in the Strait of Hormuz, the ceasefire is holding, but Democrats are blasting the Trump administration over the wide-ranging cost of the war.
13 service members killed, hundreds wounded, thousands of civilians killed, the global economy in free fall, gas prices, fertilizer, all of that had happened, and we hadn't gotten any closer to accomplishing our goals.
Congressman Adam Smith on MS Now's The Weekend. America's listening to Fox News.
Hi, I'm Ken Mariotti, owner of Woodland Windows and Doors, a third-generation family-owned business since 1969. We know you're bombarded by choices when shopping for new windows or doors, so we're inviting you to experience the Woodland difference. For decades, we have been transforming living spaces with Marvin Windows, a fifth-generation family business. Marvin replacement windows have been known to increase the warmth of your cold rooms by 10 degrees. Think about that, 10 degrees warmer. When you welcome Woodland into your home, you will get a product expert to transform your living spaces, full-time, dedicated professional installers that you can trust in your home, along with the best products like Marvin. These are the reasons we're proud of our 5-star reviews and family legacy. No gimmicks, no pressure, and upfront pricing are why Woodland Windows and Doors is your trusted window and door expert in Chicagoland. Visit woodlandwindows.com to book your free in-home expert consultation. That's woodlandwindows.com, or stop by our showroom at the corner of Lake and Geary in Roselle.
Twitchy.com brings you the latest in social news, highlighting and reacting to important conversations from America's most prominent journalists, politicians, and celebrities. Twitchy's kinetic group of editors deliver fast and amusing content around the clock to tell you who said what in global and political news, sports, entertainment, and media. If it's news, they're on it. If it should be news, they're ahead of it. Stay connected to the newswire of the 21st century with Twitchy.com. Twitchy.com.
Let Cole Digital turn your outdoor space into the ultimate entertainment setup. With a 75-inch SunBright outdoor TV that can stay out year-round and great sound throughout. Like planter speakers on the patio, high-quality rock speakers that blend right into your landscape, or bronze garden speakers that blend into the environment. Our technicians will dig a hole and install an in-ground subwoofer for incredible bass and the best in sound quality. We also install outdoor-rated access points for Wi-Fi coverage throughout your yard, and cameras that let you keep an eye on everything with motion-activated recording. Tour our Cole Digital Design Center, 15,000 square feet of audio, video, and great design ideas. Cole Digital is family-owned by conservatives that share your values, and we're based right in Frankfurt. Visit Cole Digital today and schedule your consultation. ColeDigital.com, that's K-O-L-E digital.com, or call 815-469-2000, and we'll bring the showroom to you, 815-469-2000. Cole Digital, what smart living is all about.
Whether you're climbing the corporate ladder, launching a new project, or just looking for that extra edge, your brain is your most valuable asset. Now there's a way to support it every single day, Think Factor. From the makers of Relief Factor, Think Factor is built to help you stay sharp, nurture your memory, boost your attention. It unlocks the mental clarity and precision you need to stay ahead of the game, no matter the challenge. After a couple of weeks of taking Think Factor, I noticed a dramatic difference in my clarity, my focus, even my memory. And look, the longer you take Think Factor, the better it works. This is not a one-off. You want to take Think Factor regularly. If you're a go-getter who refuses to settle, Think Factor can help you perform at your best and keep your edge. Call 800-4RELIEF. That's 800-4RELIEF, or just visit ReliefFactor.com to order Think Factor. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF. Your first bottle is just $19.95. Think Factor. Think clearer, perform better daily with Think Factor.
Fight or flight? In Illinois, you've got both options. You can stay and fight, engage in local races, work to change things. Or you can vote with your feet. At LeavingIL.com, we help you build a smart exit plan so you know where to go, when to go, and how to do it right. Take our quick exit readiness assessment. Go to LeavingIL.com. That's LeavingIL.com. Or call 224-800-6979.
It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony.
Justin J. Pearson, and I'm running for president of BSG. There are a few reasons that we're running this campaign this year. One has to do with representation. How can we represent all voices in a conversation? I wanted to do this by partnering with organizations from the Boone Democrats to the Boone Republicans. I want to bring together different voices, dissenting voices, voices that may be more liberal or more conservative, in order that we can reach a point of sort of the radical middle.
Here, you've had 3 strikes laws, mass incarceration, denied us of who we are, and we are still here. And today, you'll take the only majority black district from us. But I want you to know, and I want my nephew, sons, and the future to know, no matter what you do, no matter how much you try and break us and make us bend and make us quit, we will still be here. I'll walk him out. Y'all going? Let go. Let go. Now you got me all tied up. Now you got me all tied up. My brother ain't doing nothing to nobody. He ain't doing nothing to nobody. You'll walk out like yourself. Move the fuck back.
Boy! Welcome back to Black and Right. Now, Valon, did you hear? We talked about this when he first, remember when that first incident with him and how he came onto the national scene? I mean, yeah. Listen, see that you talk about it a lot, that emotion, that emotional person. And to hear how he talked initially, and then he realized he wasn't going to get anywhere in Tennessee with that. So he switched it up and went to the more fire and brimstone and caught some traction. And now he's all over the news. Now, that second clip that I played, he was in Paul is over there sweating. I'm sorry. I just took a peek at Paul. He over there sweating. But the second clip, this was after I guess this was probably after the vote. His brother got entangled with the Capitol Police. Now he basically swings the officer's arms off, and I mean that's a battery. Cuff him and stuff him. I'm sorry. He should have been arrested at that moment. The moment he placed hands, and I hope he does, because you're not. If they allow this to happen and they don't do anything to him, Valon, he hit that officer and then yelled, "Boy!" Now, Valon, what would happen if the roles were reversed and the white guy said "boy" to him in Tennessee?
Oh, the white officer would be, I don't know, can they charge him with a hate crime, or what would the charge be? But I know he would have came under scrutiny for something racial.
Yeah.
I guess, I guess two black people, whether they be a citizen or a congressman or a representative and a police officer, I guess as long as they black, they can both say boy to each other, just like the N-word.
Yeah. Yeah. But imagine, Valon, imagine, especially in Tennessee, Tennessee, if those roles were reverse. And I know I'm gonna get it. I can hear it. You know one of our friends can say, you can hear him now. Look at him bucketing. What does he call step and fetch? And not Sean.
Sean is no. Sean is the one that nicknamed him Step and Fetch.
Okay, but you can hear him now. Taking up for the white. No, I'm taking up for what's right. This guy, he hit this officer. This guy should have went to jail. They should have cuffed him and stuffed him at that moment. And the officer, you can tell. See, this is what's happening to cops around the country. He pulls his hands back and puts both his hands up like he was scared, because he knew that if he probably would have went hands on this guy, there would have been a tussle, and then now this cop is plastered all over the news. Are you kidding me, Vlad? This is starting to bother me.
But the underlying conversation was something about criminal justice reform, right?
No. It was about the Louisiana Supreme Court decision, where people are saying that the Supreme Court gutted black voting rights. No, they did not. That is not what happened.
Okay, well, it just sounded like it was something about criminal justice, and that's what your boy, me and him, got into about his made-up version of what criminal justice should be. But we can save that for if he ever calls. But yeah, I've been sending out all the information. Matter of fact, I was on with your boy Ricky Hendon. He had me call in to be semi-guest, but my plane was landed too late in Texas, so I couldn't be a guest. So I was on for a segment with him, and he kicked me off the phone. He could have kept me on for he could have kept me on for the rest of the hour, but he kicked me off the phone because of the Supreme. I laid into him and his other guest. He was some kind of doctor that wrote a book, and I laid into him and made it look like a fool because he was talking about black strongholds as far as politically. And I said, dude, I didn't call it dude, but I was like, listen, what the Supreme Court did was make everybody equal. There shouldn't be any racially gerrymandered districts. And she was mad, and she talking about, I hope God saves you. So then she went into the Bible talk to me. I hope, all that type of stuff. But anyway.
Basically cursing you.
Basically cursed me, yeah. But I basically killed both of them. He was hosting Joan Esposito show, and I killed him, and he kicked me off the phone because he couldn't defend that position.
We got to go to break. We got more callers too. You're listening to Black and Right Radio. Jonathan Bush is in the building now, right? He's here, so hopefully we can get him in and get him up here in studio. You're listening to Black and Right, guys. Hold the line. We'll take your calls when we get back.
Your beloved dog and a stranger are both drowning. You can only save one. Who do you save? Every time Dennis Prager asks that question, his audience splits three ways. 1/3 chooses the dog, 1/3 chooses the stranger, and 1/3 aren't sure. Why? Because we live in an age where increasingly feelings define right and wrong. But if morality is based on emotion, then murder, rape, and theft are just opinions. And if people feel justified, why is rioting or destruction wrong at all? In his new book, If There Is No God, Dennis Prager explains why civilizations cannot survive without objective morality and why Judeo-Christian values shape the moral foundations of the free world.
If you claim that certain things are good, certain things are evil, independent of how you feel about it, you are, in effect, affirming God.
If There Is No God by Dennis Prager. Available now at PragerStore.com. That's PragerStore.com.
Feel like you're trying to push a boulder uphill wearing skates? If you run or manage a local business today, you're challenged like never before. We get it, and we want to help. We're Salem Surround. We're a full-service marketing agency that'll help you increase your customer base by designing incredibly effective plans to reach your consumers day, night, and everywhere they might be.
Salem Surround. Meet with a digital marketer today for ideas that will make your business stand out. Visit salemsurround.com.
You need to be tuning into the Retirement Success Blueprint with Michael Stewart, the radio companion to the Amazon best-selling book, Success Blueprint, How to Build the Retirement You Deserve. Each week, Michael shares strategies designed to help reduce market risk through income-generating investments that can provide steady returns. Because if you can avoid a big loss, you don't need to take big risks. Catch the Retirement Success Blueprint with Michael Stewart, Saturday mornings at 10, right here on AM 560, The Answer.
The first Top Shelf Country Cruise promised big, and it delivered. Now the bar's set. If you were there, you know. If you weren't, it's time to get on board. Set sail aboard the Celebrity Summit in March 2027, where laid-back luxury meets country fun. We're talking toes in the sands of Bimini, fun in the sun in Key West and Cozumel, live band karaoke, trivia, bingo, and performances from Riley Green, Chris Young, Lauren Elena, Randy Hauser, and more. Lock in your cabin now at TopShelfCountryCruise.com.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft, but that's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If they find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes in your financial accounts, they'll alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that can make all the difference. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. 800-LifeLock. 1-800-LifeLock or LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK at LifeLock.com.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right. We got a very special guest in the studio. We'll get to him. Valon, let me get these calls off the line. Let's go to Eduardo. Eduardo, what's up, brother?
Hello, Berlan and John. Yeah, David Seaton did a good job last week.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me just quickly go through my stuff here. I was glad to see Rubio meet with Maloney. I'm in love with Maloney. If I have to marry somebody, it's going to be Maloney.
She's tough, man.
Sharon Alfonsi, she's gonna be fired. What a shame. You know, she tried to do that story with the El Salvador Venezuelan going over there. Yeah, she's throwing a hissy fit. What a shame. This 19-year-old Padres prospect, he smuggled illegals in.
What's his name?
He's not going to be a Padre anymore.
Why?
Well, he was smuggling illegals.
Oh, what?
Border. Yeah. He was smuggling illegals, yeah. Roberto Cruz, yeah. Look him up, yeah.
What?
North Carolina, big uptick in fraud from autism therapy. They did some billing, so there's some funny business going there. Eva Longoria, she's back in the U.S. Her butt should have stayed in Spain. You know, some of these celebrities with big mouths went to Spain because, you know, they got Trump deranged syndrome. And now she's back. Well, she needs to be deported back to Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she doesn't like President Trump that much, does she?
No.
Yeah.
No. You guys are number 10 over there as far as road rage.
What, Illinois?
Yeah, most roads, number 10.
Where'd you get that from? The Daily, was it the Daily Mail? Which one is that?
No, Riley had that during the week.
Oh. Oh, God.
Yeah, and you know, I used to grow up at 51st and Laughlin, and that place is getting out of hand.
That's the hood now.
Up in the news. They had somebody on a motorcycle do a drive-by. I hope that's not a trend that I would get.
Yeah. All right, Eduardo. Thanks, brother.
I'm glad I'm in Tampa.
Yeah. Hey, happy birthday. I know you got a birthday coming up. Happy birthday,
May 11,
brother.
Yeah.
You be 84?
May 11, yeah.
84?
So,
you're
55 years old. I believe it.
65?
55, yeah.
Wow. Happy birthday to you, Eduardo.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Happy birthday. Oh, wish me a happy birthday.
When?
My birthday was on the 2nd.
Oh, that's right. That's
Let's do it
right.
right now, bro.
Yeah, oh, happy birthday. Let's play it again, Paul. Happy birthday, Valon. Valon, what, you 92? You 92, right?
54.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Eduardo.
All right, guys. All right.
All right. Mike from Yorkville. What's up, brother?
Hey, good day, sir. We appreciate the weekend show that should be on the weekdays.
Yeah.
And, you know, the subject of what you and Verlon were talking about, I just found it very funny that he was handling a fruit salad at the same time. You know the Supreme Court ruled on conversion therapy, right?
No. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. They did, didn't they?
That's right. And here we're in Illinois, Stan, the most renegade state in the whole union, where they violate Second Amendment rights willfully. Nobody contests it. The Supreme Court rules on things, and they don't care. We still have a poll tax basically on our rights on the Second Amendment, and yet conversion therapy, who I knew many good Christian therapists that were doing that, had to stop doing that under the threat of losing their license.
Yep.
So does that mean everything is fine? We go back to it?
Yeah. That's a good question. I mean, what happens to the law that's here in Illinois that bans conversion therapy, right? What happens?
Well, you're just talking about that gentleman down in Tennessee. He's getting in the cop's way, and you even put it on. Does he want to be on the 11 o'clock news? Heck no.
Yeah.
And he can't even do his job effectively because we're worried about him doing the right thing and having a bad look to it.
Yeah.
You know what? Officers have to put their lives on the line, and it's bad look when they don't defend the people that are out there or protect the public.
That's true. That's true. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate the call, brother.
Have a good day. Bye.
All right, bye. All right, Valon, we got royalty in the house today. Jonathan Bush, you were the Midwest chapter for Turning Point, right? Jonathan?
Yeah. You know, we started back in the day. We were over the Illinois chapter, and now I oversee all the national chapters for Rise. So, yeah.
So that's Blex, formerly known as Blex.
Correct.
You know, anytime Willie Sims, and he hates doing this, he would never. Do you understand, Jonathan, how many times I've tried to get him to come into? He came into the studio.
Yeah, I know how Willie is. I know how he is.
So when he said I saw that you were appointed the executive director of the Southside Republicans. Mm-hmm. That's huge, Jonathan. We're going to get into that and a couple of other things. So I'm proud. I'm so grateful that you came in. And not just a phone conversation.
No, yeah, and I'm honored to be here.
Yeah,
really am.
Thank
really
you.
Appreciate it.
Wait, were you the person that I would talk to anytime I was interviewing anybody from Illinois with Turning Point, and even in the Michigan chapter too?
That might be me. Anything with Illinois.
Okay, because I remember I interviewed a young lady in Michigan. They were trying to start a chapter in the Royal Oaks High School in Michigan. I don't know if you're familiar with it. Yeah, and because it was Charlie Kirk and Turning Point, they would not allow them. As you know, that happens. I can't even begin to understand how many times you guys run into that at Turning Point, especially Rise.
Yep.
Are there any black chapters of Rise in high schools, or is that just Turning Point?
That's just the Turning Point.
Yeah.
We're in pretty much all 50 states with chapters. We're not in any schools, but I mean, the movement is growing.
I remember you now. I was in Michigan, and I was on the call with people from all over Turning Point. I mean, Blexit. I had that was me. I was I had that conversation with I think it was 30 of you guys.
That's incredible.
It was at some annual leadership thing, and I addressed the you guys over the phone. Yeah. Oh, now I remember now. Valon?
Yeah, I got a simple question for him. Are you guys going to mobilize when it comes to the election, this midterms, and for the next president? And if you are, who do you have an eye on?
All right, and guess what, Valon? He's going to answer that after the break. We'll be right back.
You need a construction company, but who?
Call Croscom.
A construction company you can trust that shares your Christian and conservative values. For decades, Croscom has been doing work in Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana, and Wisconsin. Roofs, siding, windows, doors, gutters, basically everything for your home or business, even solar. Quality work and professional services that make you feel great about your decision to work with Croscom.
Call Croscom.
630-871-5500. Give them a chance to earn your business. If your repairs are due to storm, fire, or flood damage, you need to
call Croscom.
They're licensed public adjusters. They work for you, not the insurance company. Crosscom will work to get you the money you deserve, the maximum payout. They know the insurance companies and how to deal with them. They win for you.
Call Crosscom.
Crosscom Construction and Public Adjusters.
This is Dan Lights with Crosscom. You can trust us with your home or business for high-quality work and fair prices. It's the only way we do business.
630-871-5500. CrosscomPublicAdjusters.com.
Making the switch to a new communications and IT company may seem like a big ordeal, but if you're not getting the reliable support, consistent internet, and secure solutions your company needs, meet Access One, your local Chicagoland IT experts. Access One has been powering Chicago businesses with secure, reliable IT solutions for over 30 years from our headquarters right here in the West Loop. Whether it's VoIP phones, dedicated internet, managed cybersecurity, cloud backups, or 24/7 support, Access One is here for you. Serving thousands of companies from Naperville to the North Shore, Access One is Chicago-owned and Chicago-run, a trusted IT partner for law firms, clinics, tech startups to manufacturers. We'll make the switch easier than you think. Let's talk. Call 800-804-8333 or visit accessoneInc.com. Rated top 5% in customer satisfaction and a Better Business Bureau A+ rated business. That's accessoneInc.com. Tech made personal locally.
And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right. We thought we was going to get me some coffee, you some water, but we ran out of time, Jonathan Bush. Joining me in studio is Jonathan Bush. Valon's via phone. Valon, go ahead and pose that question again.
Okay. Are you all from Turning Point going to mobilize?
No, he's with Rise. That's a subsidiary of Turning Point, right?
We're department within Turning Point. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I know you probably talked to the bigwigs. Are you all going to mobilize and for these midterms? And are you going to mobilize for the presidential election in 2 years? And who are you going to mobilize for? Who do you have an eye on as far as the presidential election?
Yes, so great question. I can't answer the second part of that question, but I will say that's one of the reasons why I'm here, because I definitely want to talk about what we're trying to do on the south side of Chicago. So I am with Turning Point in an official capacity in the RISE department, which is the Minority Outreach Department, and we have seen incredible momentum all across the country. Right now, what I'm doing right now with the Chicago Southside GOP and Southside Republicans is really, it's different from Turning Point, but what we're trying to do is mobilize the south side of Chicago. Obviously, the city has reached a breaking point. It's reached a breaking point for many, really a couple years ago, particularly the south side. And so we're really excited to I'm glad they brought me in, revitalize with new ideas and new leadership, the Southside GOP, and we're going to focus a lot of mobilization efforts on the South Side in particular. We're seeing a lot of traction. There were some precincts that Trump won on the South Side, so we're really excited to mobilize because there hasn't really been any real grassroots efforts on the South Side.
And that was the 19th and
yeah,
a couple of them.
Yeah, it was a couple of them. It was incredible. Yep.
So what I want to get into with you, and we'll Valon, you can interject when you please, but you are part of. What was it about Turning Point? What was it about Blexit at the time, now Rise? Mm-hmm. What was it about Charlie that said that Jonathan Bush said, I have to get involved in this? What drove you to that?
Absolutely. I started with Blexit as a volunteer back during the pandemic. And when I saw so many of our civil liberties being attacked, with the mandates, with the masks, especially as a small business owner, I felt compelled to get involved and start a chapter. And I'm really proud of what we did in Chicago and in the state of Illinois. We really built coalition. We really built that chapter. But fast forward to now, that was in a volunteer capacity. And I did that for a few years. But really, Charlie Kirk is an inspiration to me and millions of folks around the country, and what he built and just everything that he stood for, his character. He's a God-fearing man, and just incredible. And I believe that he probably would have been the president of the United States. And that
circles back to my second question that I was going to ask you right behind my first. Okay, what does that look like? You're doing outreach to the Black community, and once they hear the name Turning Point and that's linked to Charlie Kirk, what's the response been? Because I know what the response has been for me. Black people, eyes glaze over, and it's certain things Charlie Kirk had said that they didn't like.
Got a minute, Villan.
So, so what's your response to that?
Yeah, I mean, I have been really surprised just in terms of the momentum. Obviously, politics is politics, but when you mention Charlie Kirk, you'd be really surprised just from the reaction, just the positive reaction that people have got, that receive from him. Obviously, you see a lot of vitriol online. Right. I'm not necessarily talking about that, but that's the reason why I felt what happened to him in September is the reason why I felt compelled to really get back involved and join back with Turning Point in a full-time capacity. Yeah. But I will say what we're going to do on the South
side. Wait, hold that. We got to go to break.
Sure.
Sabrina Hoskins says, where on the South Side? She lives in South Shore. So
wonderful.
But that's Southeast. That's East, really. But where on the South Side? We'll get into that, more of that when we get back from break. That was a great question, Villan. Blake Moore, that was Devin Jones. And I want to talk about, you got groups like Chicago Red, P. Ray Easley. You got Chicago Flip Red, Jessica Denny, and Zoe. I wonder if that's going to be any connection there. We'll be right back.
Estate planning lawyer and CPA Bob Carlson has been called America's #1 retirement expert. Tens of thousands of American retirees trust his advice. But his latest bombshell sounds almost too good to be true. It's a way to boost Social Security income and collect more on every Social Security check and create a lifetime monthly income stream 100% tax-free. So today, Bob has made it his mission to give retirees and future retirees the full story in a free report. Log on now to retirementwatchreport.com to get yours. This retirement strategy is fully approved by the IRS, even though less than 1% of Americans know enough to use it. Nobel Prize-winning economist and MIT professor Robert Merton predicts this strategy will become one of the key ways to fund retirement in the future. Log on to retirementwatchreport.com to get your free report. That's retirementwatchreport.com. retirementwatchreport.com.
News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND, Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com on the AM 560 mobile app, or tell your smart speaker to play The Answer.
Monitoring for the hantavirus. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. Global health authorities are watching for any sign of the hantavirus that appeared on a Dutch cruise ship and left 3 dead. The ship is set to dock in Spain's Canary Islands tomorrow, but some passengers left the ship before the virus was detected. Fox's CB Cotton has more from New York.
And today, the director of the World Health Organization on social media, he shared a letter that he wrote to the people of Spain's Canary Islands. In it, he said the outbreak is not another COVID-19, and the current public health risk is low. Before the virus was detected, the ship's operator said more than 24 people from across the globe, including the U.S., had already left the ship. So far, now health officials in Arizona, California, Georgia, New Jersey, Texas, and Virginia have confirmed they're monitoring people who recently traveled aboard or may have been exposed through international flights. State health departments have said none of these return passengers are showing symptoms.
And health officials believe a Dutch couple may have contracted the virus during a bird watching trip in Argentina before boarding the ship. Still no name on the pedestrian hit and killed by a plane taking off last night at Denver International. One reason may be the person was partially sucked into one of the jet's engines.
Frontier Flight 4345 was hurtling down the runway, taking off for Los Angeles when they struck a person who had gotten out onto the runway. Smoke was reported in the cabin, and passengers were evacuated via slides as a precautionary measure. The Airbus A321 was carrying 224 passengers and 7 crew members. Airport officials say they checked the fence line after the incident, finding it intact.
Fox's Max Gordon reporting. 12 passengers reported minor injuries, with 5 transported to hospitals. America's listening to Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
Tonight will be partly cloudy with a low of 44. On Sunday, expect a breezy day with a mix of clouds and sunshine and a high of 63. Sunday night will be partly cloudy and chilly with a low of 43. Monday will bring mostly sunny skies with a high of 60. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, doctors Economos, Gave Alice, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidiscipline practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930, 630-830-4930, or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
Stuck in Illinois? Between the taxes, the politics, the weather, it's exhausting. But leaving isn't as simple as packing up and going. That's where leavingil.com comes in. We help you create a smart step-by-step plan so you don't make the wrong move at the wrong time. Start with our quick exit readiness assessment today. Go to leavingil.com. That's leavingil.com. Or call 224-800-6979.
Hey AM 560 listeners, Jeff checking in again from JeffBuysYourHouse.com. What I learned serving our great nation in the military is that every mission is unique and success starts with listening. For nearly 20 years, our veteran-led house buying team has taken the time to understand what matters most to each homeowner we serve. Every home has a story, and every seller has different needs. Whether you want a quick closing or need extra time to find your next place, we customize our approach around what works best for you. That's how we've earned hundreds of 5-star Google reviews and an A+ rating with the BBB, by putting relationships first. No repairs needed, no cleanout required, and you pick the closing date that works best for your schedule. At JeffBuysYourHouse.com, we're here to help you through the entire transition, not just the transaction. Are you ready to work with a local team that takes the time to understand your home selling needs? Sell your house to the trusted source by calling us today at 630-895-9530. That's 630-895-9530 or JeffBuysYourHouse.com.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
AM 560, The Answer.
Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony.
I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot, just like the fajita. I write what I live, my life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Welcome back.
Just like the demeanor.
Hour 3 of Black and Right Radio on just AM 560. I keep forgetting to say goodbye to my Detroit crowd, but I see we got a caller from Detroit on the line. You guys got to hold on. We got a guest coming in, former congressional candidate of the 8th District, Mark Rice. I wanted to have him on because you see what's happening. We'll come back to this. This is the beauty of radio, Jonathan. You got to learn how to pivot and shift. Mark Rice. I wanted to have him on because Mark and I, we've had some very intense and in-depth conversations about what's happening over there in Israel. And then you've seen how we're doing these strategic strikes. I can't talk today. My mouth's dry. Sorry, I should have taken a sip of my coffee. And Mark is in energy. He understands energy. He understands what's happening over there in the Middle East and how it affects us. Mark Rice, my buddy, what's up, man? Welcome back to Black and Right.
Glad to hear you, J.A. I'm proud of you and happy to contribute however I can.
Hey, I got to send you some books that I just finished while I was up in Michigan. I had about a week and something. I was up there for about a week and something. And brother, I met God and I wrote and I finished some books that I have been writing for at least 3 years, and I finally finished them. I got to send you the cover photos of them. I think you'd be proud. I think you'd be proud.
I can't wait to see it. I'm looking forward to it. And by the way, not Max, but my number 2 son, Nathan, just got engaged to a girl from Detroit.
What? Congratulations, Nathan.
There in Detroit.
Nice. I love it. But Mark, I wanted to have you on. I mean, I keep hearing all of these people. Hey, Paul, did I send you that audio of Biden, Energy Secretary, talking about how the president? I didn't send it. Oh, darn it! I wish I had sent it. But a lot of people are talking. They're getting. You see the gas prices. I know I paid $5 the other day. Mark, you know energy better than most. You know it way better than me, even though I sat on the energy committee when I was a state rep. But does a president control what we see happening to the gas prices at the pump?
No, of course he doesn't. It's a global market, and that's why it's being affected by what's going on in Iran and the Straits of Hormuz and all the potential just unrest in the Middle East. But it's if you could buy it cheaper here, then you could sell it in anywhere else in the world. People would just do that. So there's an arbitrage now available, so that really the price is set globally. So of course, our president has a lot to do now, because thank God we've got Donald Trump fighting evil over there. Because if we let evil take control, we're going to be paying. We'll be bankrupt with the price of energy. But meanwhile, he's doing the things that he needs to do. But on the other hand, the prices here are going to be affected like they are everywhere else in the world, and he really doesn't have a lot of control over that.
Yeah. So, Mark, you've seen all of the pontificators, if I can use that word, as it relates to President Trump going over there and taking the fight to Iran. Was that the right call, and why?
Oh my goodness! I hate talking that. I'm sure you've said it a million times and you've heard it a million times, but Iran wants to kill anybody that doesn't believe in Sharia law and Islam the way they do are infidels, and they literally want to kill us. And big Satan, they say, is the United States, because we're the biggest example of a democracy, and little Satan is Israel, because it's filled with Christians and Jews and others that are in a democracy, and they literally want to kill us. And they were, maybe weeks away from getting nuclear weapons, and it's just a line in the sand that neither Trump or Netanyahu or really anybody in the free world will let Iran cross, because if they do, it's an existential threat to all of us. So of course we have to do everything we can, really, for regime change, but if not regime change, just to completely decapitate their infrastructure for making weapons and their leadership from having the really bad, evil, terror philosophy of killing those that don't agree with them. So it's unfortunate that it has to be done, but there's really just no question that it does have to be done. Yeah. And all the liberals out there crying with their hairs on fire, even they know it, really. Yeah. So you see some unusual bedfellows with a lot of the Arab countries in the region siding with America and with Israel even, because it's the right thing to do. I think we all know that, but we're facing, it's painful in a lot of ways, including the gas pump.
Mark, I've said repeatedly that the moment they kill one American, the moment they kill one soldier, Reagan should have went there and took revenge. Do you think that, because they've been at war with us for 40-some plus years, do you think that 47 years? Do you think that we waited too long, and they've been the reason why they're even still in the fight is because they've been planning this. They've been wanting this fight. What we see right now, they were waiting for George W. Bush to come over into Iran. Do you think that we waited too long and they built this infrastructure?
Of course we did. Of course, you know that, John. That Obama was practically their ally, and who knows how much money for instance, the Biden family got for not doing what we needed to do. They've basically been playing those who can be bought in the U.S. through our political system and lobbying system and Congress and presidential elections and whatnot. And now that we have a guy who doesn't give a darn, and he's doing what's right for the American people because he's America first, and he's taking it to them. And unfortunately, we let them get further along and stronger than would have been more prudent. But by the way, you mentioned Reagan. I think you probably know this. There was a time when Iran killed a couple of sailors, and they bombed one of our boats, and the chiefs of staff said, well, we're going to have a measured response, and here's what we're going to do. And Reagan's famous for saying, nope, this is what I want. I want you to come back within 24 hours with a plan to take out half their Navy. And that's what we did. We took out half their Navy in a matter of a few days, and we didn't hear much for Iran, at least for the rest of Reagan's term. They understand strength.
Yep.
And they
wait. Say that again, because personally, that is one of the most important statements. They understand what, Mark Rice?
Strength only. That's all they understand. And weakness, negotiating with terrorists. When do you negotiate with a guy that is willing to commit suicide with a suicide bomb vest? And you're going to negotiate with that person? You can't.
Yep.
So they respect strength. And Israel has learned that lesson only because they have to fight it every day because they're in that neighborhood. But I think we here in the United States, we see with all the terrorism in our own country now and some of these crazy people that the only way that we can stop this scourge is by, bringing these people to justice. And I think we're coming around. It's more of a Republican attitude than a Democrat attitude, but even some Democrats are coming around.
Mark, Jonathan Bush here. I agree completely. I mean, Iran, they want to kill everybody off the face of the earth that doesn't align with them. So I am in total alignment. But my question, especially as I start a lot more grassroots activism here in Chicago, what is the end game? You know what I mean? I think that's a lot of question a big question that I've been getting. How do we win this? How do we win and put an end to this? Just because it's getting very nasty, and especially even on the political side of things.
Yeah, I believe Donald Trump. I don't think, especially in Chicago, things we hear are just out and out propaganda or lies. We really have done a masterful job, our own country and the best military in the world, along with Israel and others, and really weakening them to the point of where Trump is sort of already, declaring victory. And that could be a victory if we can weaken them such that they're so insignificant they don't pose a threat. That's a form of victory. A better victory, of course, would be complete regime change and free the beautiful people of Iran who don't share those same crazy thoughts, but, they need help because their ruthless leaders will just kill them if they dissent. So, it's been longer than we'd like, but my goodness, if you told me a year ago or 5 years ago, and I've talked to John Anthony even on the air about this, we knew this was coming. Yep. It was just a matter of when. If you told me, in 2 months or 3 months, we'll have taken very few losses and we'll have taken out all their leadership and, really crippled them as a country, I wouldn't have believed it. I would have thought it would have been more expensive, more losses, and taken a lot longer. So people are just complaining, and unfortunately, the Democrats are politicizing this because it's Trump doing it, and it's not political. It's just the right thing to do.
Yeah, Mark, hold the line. Valon, you got a question for Mark?
No.
Okay. Hey, Mark, we got to go to break, but when we come back from break, I got an idea for you.
Okay.
Hey, I'm rubbing my hands together saying, I got an idea for you, Mark. You listen to The Black and Right. We'll be right back.
For over a decade, AM 560 has marked the start of summer with a night of cigar smoking and great conversation. And this year, we're proud to welcome the editor-in-chief of Breitbart News to Cigar Night. He's Alex Marlowe, and he'll join AM 560's Dan Proft and Sean Thompson on Tuesday, May 19th at Gobert's Farm in Pingree Grove for a night you won't forget. Tickets are on sale now at 560theanswer.com/cigar. That's 560theanswer.com/cigar. Sponsored by Donley Auctions.
The law group you know and trust, Nauman & Associates, is expanding into commercial litigation. When disputes can't be resolved, get the strategic guidance from a litigation lawyer who will fight for your rights. Attorney Richard Cannon brings both strong courtroom and dispute settlement skills. We believe most cases can be resolved without costly courtroom battles, but we prepare as if a trial is possible. When your company needs to stand its ground, contact Nauman & Associates in Elk Grove Village. For a consultation, visit nalawgroup.com.
The Stephanie Trussell Show speaks to the heart of where you live, work, and raise your family. Every week, Stephanie brings you the conversations that matter most, from our local neighborhoods to the halls of Springfield, covering the local issues and the real solutions. Stephanie sits down with the local leaders, candidates, and everyday heroes who are fighting to make Illinois a place you're proud to call home. Stephanie is your community, your voice. The Stephanie Trussell Show, heard Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Scott Jennings fearlessly fights back against the mainstream media on the Scott Jennings podcast.
When Republicans have even a whiff of scandal, what do we hear? Resign, step down, zero tolerance. Where is the Democratic Party? Where is the outrage? Where is the moral clarity? What do we hear from cable news? Nothing.
Subscribe for free today on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, or SalemPodcastNetwork.com.
RedState.com captures the pulse of grassroots conservatism. Red State staff of contributors are on top of breaking news with stories and analysis that challenge the established agenda. RedState.com educates, motivates, and activates passionate conservatives across America, arming them with the facts that put them ahead of the political curve. No wonder RedState.com is a must-read for elected officials and for citizens who want to make their vote count. RedState.com is the place where influence meets action. Log on to redstate.com today.
I'm attorney Stephen Leahy. If you're a business owner with unfiled tax returns, tax season is not your friend. This is when the IRS turns up the heat. They match 1099s. They review payroll filings. They compare bank deposits. And when returns are missing, they don't send you a warning. They take action. Penalties stack up fast. Liens become public. Bank levies can drain your account. I see it every year. Good business owners who waited too long, not because they're crooks, but because they were overwhelmed. Let me be clear, hiding makes it worse. Action makes it fixable. I help business owners get compliant, file what's missing, and negotiate from a position of strength, not fear. Don't wait for the next certified letter. Don't wait for a levy. Go to fightbacknow.com and sign up for my daily email. I'll tell you exactly what to do next, step by step. Or call me right now at 312-664-6649. Act now before the IRS acts first.
Black and Right continues. Once again, here's John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right. It's always good to hear my buddy Steve Leahy. Guys, if you got tax problems, you have to reach out to Stephen Leahy. He is one of the best in the state of Illinois. But Mark, before we let you go, there's two things I want to say. First, how much longer are we in Iran, and will we start seeing the rest of the Middle East put the skis to them to say enough is enough? Either we're all going to come in there. Because I think we don't need our boots on the ground. I think the people that Iran has terrorized, Saudi Arabia, they hate each other. But I think it's more pertinent for them to send boots on the ground than it is us. What does that look like? And my second question is, do I see something like Mark Rice for the mayor of the city of Chicago coming in the future?
No, you know what's funny is everybody thinks me and Spencer, running for mayor in L.A., we're the same guy.
Yeah.
And I promise I'm not the same guy, but we'll see what happens with that. A lot of people are talking to me, but
you got that fire. That's why you need somebody that'll go in there that's unafraid, that's not bought, that can't be bought, and that's not corrupt.
Exactly. Nobody, even on our team on the Republican side, we don't have people that have the. I don't know what I can say on the radio.
Yeah, no profanity. You know what you can say.
They don't have what it takes, and they're afraid to name names, and they're afraid to get attacked. I get attacked all the time anyway, so I'm immune to it. But I'll tell you, what's going on is we're being lied to by the media because the media still is in the tank for the enemies of Trump, and they've got major TDS. And you're hearing that Iran, that things aren't going as well as they are. What Israel is doing and what America is doing every day is nothing short of a miracle.
Yeah.
And the poor Iranians are in the streets and eating out of cans and I mean they are struggling, and it's just a matter of time. I think it'll be sooner than later. I don't know exactly how long, but I think you're talking about another month or two, and they'll mop it up. And we may not get the regime change that we want. And look, even though we all want regime change because we know these guys are crazy, look what's happened in Libya and some of these other countries over there. Sometimes when you get, or even Iraq, you get regime change and you get something worse.
Yeah.
So who knows what the right solution will be, but we just know we'll have an enemy that is a threat to my children and grandchildren and yours. not eliminated, but really severely decapitated so that they won't pose a threat.
Yeah.
It also will help the price of oil, and it will help peace in the Middle East, where so much is at stake with energy for the whole globe. And so it's all really good, but you're not going to read the paper or listen to radio or TV and hear a lot of good news. That's not what they're peddling. They're peddling all the bad news and that Trump is evil. And that is just a big fat lie, and I think eventually people are going to realize it, and they're going to come around, and we're going to see that reflected at the voting booth.
Yeah. One last question for you, Mark Rice. What will history say of this move 10, 15 years from now?
We'll hear words like masterful, genius, unprecedented. I mean, even the little thing we did in Venezuela, nobody's paying attention to some of the weaponry that we use. It's secret. I guess they don't want to really talk about it too much, but we are so far ahead of the rest of the world, and we are enforcing freedom and democracy. And you know what? Even belief in God and morals in a really chaotic, immoral places in the world like Iran, and the whole world is going to be so much better off. And eventually, Trump, he'll probably be out of office by that time, but he will get his due as one of the greatest presidents that we've ever had in the history.
All right. You heard it here first. Mark Rice is declaring his run for mayor of Chicago.
You're going to run my campaign, John.
Hey, listen, this guy that's sitting in studio with me, Jonathan Bush, he's now taken over as the executive director of the Southside Republicans. So that's somebody I'm just joking with the Chicago thing, but he's somebody you should know.
Yeah, for sure. We'll get together.
All right. Sounds good. Mark Rice, thanks so much for joining us on Black and White.
Guys.
All right, brother.
Have a good one.
Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Greg from LaGrange.
Hey, how you doing today?
Hey, Greg. How you doing, brother?
Good. I know what the end game is. The end game is to leave the country of Iran physically intact enough, infrastructure-wise, so the students there will eventually have a chance to choose their own destiny. Yeah. But according to your guest, like Mark Wright just said, he said, well, you may not be able to get rid of the old regime. If the old regime is the Iraqi Republican Guard, what would stop them from being as vicious as they were before to their own internal population?
Great point.
My other point is much of this is to do to obviously stop the threat of Iran and what they've been saying since 1979.
Yeah.
But the other important point here is that the Chinese Belt and Road Initiative is coming through and trying to take as many inroads as possible with as many countries as possible to usurp our power as the power on the earth. And it's going to be done no matter what, and stopping Iran is a big part of that.
Yes.
I don't know. And the Iranians' end game in this is they just have to make this get to the midterms. That's the risk. Because, John, I'm not as hopeful as your guest was. I think if this keeps going a couple more months and closer to the midterms, it could cost the Republicans. It could cost our side. I'll call it our side. I don't want to use labels anymore. It can cost our side. And we'll be left with the Undermine America party.
Yeah.
I will later.
And Greg, just real quick, and the reason why is because you see this disruption of the factions and that President Trump has brought together, and now they have an excuse to say bad Trump, and we're going to vote all the bums out.
Here's the other thing too. I know the stock market goes up and down, and it's pretty high right now. But I'm telling you, as boots on the ground, there's a lot of people suffering and hurting right now.
Yes.
We need more jobs for Americans, and we need to get that path cleared too.
Yes.
And unless we do that, there's going to be a lot of disgruntled people that we're going to have to make sure we can get to our side come November.
I agree. Thanks, Greg. Appreciate it. Always appreciate your wisdom. Thank you, brother. Let's go to Tom from Cherville. Hey, Tom.
Yeah, John Anthony, how close was Iran to possibly detonating an EMP up into the atmosphere, which could potentially knock out our power for over a year or even longer than that, where we would lose between 80 and 90% of our citizens? Because I think that was the ultimate goal. That's my opinion.
Tom, I'm so glad you talked about that other than bringing up the nukes, because people just don't understand the capabilities that they have been building up with the help of China and Russia. And you are so right. I have been thinking about that from day one, especially since right after Trump took out Soleimani. That is always that, and the cyber attacks, proxying through China. I've always been concerned about that, Tom.
Yeah, the EMP attack is the one that I kind of was studying about what the aftermath of that would be.
Yeah.
And the Heritage Foundation put out a video, I don't know if it was 10 years ago or a little longer, about what would happen to most of us wouldn't survive the first 6 months to a year.
Yeah, I agree. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate the call.
Okay.
We got to go to break shortly, but Walter, you better not hang up because I want to introduce you to the Jonathan Bush. Walter, do not hang up. I know he's going to be quick. Tom from Blue Island.
Johnny.
Hey, buddy.
I was hoping to get a little piece of Mark Rice. I haven't seen him since I saw him at Trump Tower a couple months ago. We've heard for years, many, many years, that Israel ostensibly has the second best military in the world.
Yeah. Air Force, for sure. As well.
But we've heard that for years, and then we've heard that the only reason that they haven't taken Iran out themselves is the United States has been stopping them. Now, we've been hesitant to help Ukraine, and that's definitely the right move. Really shouldn't be over there. Those are Russians fighting against Russians.
Yeah.
Why can't Israel do this themselves? Why do we need to be over there?
It's a great point. They still don't have some of the weaponry that we do have. Valon, you want to say something, Tom, real quick?
Hey, how's it going, Tom?
He lost his friend, brother.
You got my condolences, man. Losing one of your close friends.
He's wasn't the best guy in the world, but God, he was a good friend.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
What the heck, Tom? Hey, don't give a eulogy at mine.
Boy, that guy could be a jerk sometimes, and he was. We
gotta go. Tom, I love you, Pip. Take care.
Love you, buddy.
Walter, hold the line. Jonathan, I promise you we're going to get into who you are. We'll be back.
Mike Gallagher shares a scary stat.
74% of Americans, including 91% of Republicans and 70% of independents, say the U.S. is winning against Iran. Do you want to know what percentage of Democrats side with Iran? 40%. Nearly half of Democrats are cheering for Iran. Let that sink in.
The Mike Gallagher Show. Weekdays at 9 on AM 560. The Answer.
Fox News. I'm Daria Albinger. Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica, gave the commencement address today at Hillsdale College in Michigan.
Continue forward in life with clarity and intention, and you will come to understand that life is not defined by the abundance of options, but by the weight of the choices that you make within them. And those choices, more often than not, are not dramatic or obvious, but quiet and compounding.
Protesters gathered near the campus at the county courthouse. Congress is debating the Save America Act, which would require proof of U.S. citizenship to vote in federal elections. Critics call it a poll tax, which would prevent many people who could legally vote otherwise from being able to do so. America's listening to Fox News.
For 25 years, Applied Mechanical Sales has kept Chicago's commercial buildings warm and running smoothly. From schools and churches to high-rises and hotels, they provide the boilers, water heaters, and exhaust systems that contractors and engineers count on. Whether it's a replacement project or a new construction, Applied Mechanical helps you select the right equipment, standard or high efficiency, for your specific application. What sets them apart? They match the right Camas equipment to your building's exact needs, so it performs flawlessly through Chicago winters for the next 15 to 20 years. And they don't disappear after installation. Applied Mechanical ensures your systems run at peak efficiency year after year. Are you a degreed mechanical engineer looking to lead a growing sales team? They'd love to talk to you. Schedule a site visit and boiler assessment at AppliedMechanicalSales.com. That's AppliedMechanicalSales.com.
The following advertisement includes a celebrity impersonation.
The summer heat in Chicagoland is no joke. And if your old air conditioner is making funny noises, you may already know it's time for a new unit.
Look, your air conditioner, it's a disaster. People are telling me it's the worst ever.
Don't sweat it, literally. When it comes to cooling your home, Air Right Heating and Cooling does it the best.
And they love our country. Beautiful people.
Rebates are still available, financing is flexible, and at Air Right installations are smooth and professional with no surprises.
It's beautiful. Some people say it's the coolest air anyone's ever felt. I don't know. That's just what they're saying. It's doing an incredible job, really tremendous.
Plus, tell them AM 560 sent you, and Air Right will give you $56 off any service. Visit Air Right Heating and Cooling today at AIR-RITE.com. Again, that's AIR-RITE.com. Air Right Heating and Cooling, doing it right since 1959.
You know, life moves fast. Staying sharp, focused, and clear-headed isn't always easy. That's why the same company that brings you Relief Factor has developed something brand new, Think Factor. Think Factor is made to help you think clearer and perform better daily. It's a powerful blend of nutrients that unlocks mental clarity and precision, nurtures your memory, boosts your attention. With Think Factor, brain power and performance finally meet for lasting daily results. Supercharge your memory, mental sharpness. Your brain is your most valuable asset, powering your creativity, focus, and daily performance. If you're feeling mentally foggy, give it a try. After a couple of weeks of taking Think Factor, it was a game changer for me. Look, the longer you take Think Factor, the better it works for you. If you've ever thought you want to be more clear, more focused, call 800-4RELIEF. 800, the number 4RELIEF, or visit ReliefFactor.com to learn more and order Think Factor. Your first bottle is just $19.95. Think Factor. Think clearer, perform better daily. Call 800-4RELIEF or visit ReliefFactor.com for Think Factor.
I remember sitting in the kitchen, heartbroken, overwhelmed, staring at costs and a list of decisions. I prayed for strength and reached out to Catholic Cemeteries of Chicago, only to hear that Mom had already pre-planned everything so my siblings and I would be protected. Because she planned ahead, we weren't pulled apart by heartbreaking decisions.
Visit CatholicCemeteriesChicago.org or call 708-236-5407 to schedule a free consultation.
Did you know most remodeling mishaps start before construction even begins? Here's something else you should know. At Forever Remodeling, we do things differently. Every kitchen, bathroom, and basement project starts with smart planning, detailed 3D designs, a clear scope of work, and accurate pricing, all sorted out before you get started. No surprises, no stress, just beautiful results. Done right the first time. Visit foreverremodeling.com. That's the number 4, EVER, remodeling.com. And schedule your free in-home consultation today.
It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right. I was trying to give him a book of Letters to John Boy. I forgot to give the book away. Paul, we forgot all about that, didn't we? All right, before we get into Jonathan's story, I got to let Villan, your buddy Walter. Walter!
What's up?
Thanks for holding.
This ain't no Walt.
Huh?
This ain't no Walter. This is Jamal Bryan from Jackass Tabernacle, Dunkiitis Church.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't like y'all on here talking about Donald Trump. I can't stand that Negro.
Come on.
What's up, brother?
What's going
By the way,
on,
my
man?
church is. This is still Jamal talking. My church is so dead you can smell the embalming fluid before you even hit the parking lot.
Oh my God, Villan, what you see? What I got to put up with?
I know, but he's our buddy, man.
Yeah.
I like him. I can't wait to meet him.
I know why you like him, because he don't like it nobody. Yeah. What's up, Walter? Thanks for holding.
What's up, man? Hey, check this out, man. Well, first of all, I want to say this. I was listening to your boy. I was listening to a podcast of your radio show this morning, and the guy that filled in for you last week was excellent.
Thank you.
One of those. Well, last time I called your show, there was a guy. You had about 3 or 4 of us on the line. One was a Democrat, pretty nice guy, Philip or something like that.
Yeah, Philip. Yeah.
Your boy had to shut him down last week. I hate to say it.
Yeah, he did. He called in. I missed that part.
It had to be him. He shut him down because I think Philip was talking about. You talking about misinformation, low intensity voter. I'm not saying he's 100% like that, low information voter. But in case he's listening.
Well, he's not a Democrat.
Like
he's an independent, but he takes his marching orders from Democrat websites and all that type of stuff. And some weird places he's tagging me in. It's just weird.
But look, he was saying that Pearl Harbor, we knew ahead of time that Pearl Harbor was going to be bombed by the Japanese. Also, he said he was tying it into what's going on today with Iran. We knew ahead of time. That's typical Democrat Party's talking points. And also, he mentioned something else we could avoid. The Jews could have avoided being attacked October 7th. They knew ahead of time.
I heard that,
so
too.
Your boy... Your host, the guy was filling for you, had to shut him down. And guess what he said?
What?
He says something about him being ignorant. He called him ignorant.
Well, Villan and I have been on that at the end of those, haven't we, Villan?
For years, years. But now I guess he's managed to go over to Candace Owens' land, conspiracy.
Oh, he loves her
land.
now. I can't believe it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He did say that a couple of weeks ago. He loves Candace Owens.
I cannot believe that.
He called Tucker Carlson racist. I don't know how many.
Yes.
I don't know how many years, and now
Yes.
he likes Tucker Carlson.
Yes, insane.
They like Marjorie Taylor Greene. Who was the other ones that the defectors? Who else defected?
Yeah.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
The Hodge twins too. They've kind of shifted.
You know what? The Hodge twins, I don't like them.
Yeah.
I've seen them on YouTube. Everybody, all these white people was building them up.
Yeah.
The Hodge, hey, Walter, you got to check out the Hodge twins. Only the white people was telling me that. I tune into them. They ain't funny.
No.
They sit there laughing at crap that's not funny.
And
The heck with the Hodge twins.
And Walter, so many of the people who Trump basically built their careers, they're now turning on them. Dude, I believe in loyalty to a fault, but I still believe in loyalty because President Trump made these people millionaires, bro.
Listen, it's called the Judas Iscariot effect.
Yep.
Who is Judas Iscariot? One of Jesus' 12. What did he do?
Betrayed
He went
him.
along to get along. He was faking it and he didn't make it. He faked it and he still didn't make it.
You know what?
Till the end.
It's funny because when I was in Israel, the place where he hung himself is on the side of the road now. It's basically the side of a road somewhere where it said that he hung himself, Judas.
And I don't like to say this, though, but really, if you read the scriptures right, Judas Iscariot went to hell. No, that's horrible. That's terrifying to even think of such a thing. But I don't want to focus on that. We get depressed talking about that. Look, the Democrats have another Hail Mary to try to steal the next election as usual. And let me qualify what I'm saying. Why is it every time, no coincidence? Now hear me out on this. Why is it every time before elections, midterms and the main election, presidential elections, there's always a new virus coming out? Don't shut me down on that one, y'all.
I made a post about it on Black and Right, if you haven't seen it.
Hantavirus. And you know how they over-reporting it?
Yeah.
Because they're rubbing their hands together. The news reporters, locally and nationally, the 6-figure paid, 7-figure paid line, psychological terrorist news reporters.
Yep.
They just hoping against hope that this will work for them this time.
That's true.
This right in time for the midterms coming up, a few months in advance. And then we don't see through this foolishness. I tell you what, I'm not submitting to no crap they try to pull on us next time. Shutting everything down. These dirty Democrat governors and mayors across the blue states in this country killed. They destroyed a lot of jobs and businesses, including Wretched from Michigan. And they want us. Hey, look, they already quarantining.
Yeah.
And still, there's black people that goes to Walmart, including a few white people, still haven't taken that snotty-nosed handkerchief off their faces yet in the form of a mask. It's as filthy and snotty as it can be for Jeremy.
Walter, what am I going to do?
Walter, I got to tell you, like I tell Sean Thompson, my governor of Michigan is very hot. She's so beautiful. She's hot. Hochul from New York. She's hot too. She looks very stern, but she's hot.
Walter, I was at the Republican debate.
Hochul looks dried up, man.
Yeah, Walter, I was at the Republican debate in Michigan that Vance Patrick with the Oakland County Republicans put on. I gotta say, I'm gonna tell you, Mike Cox and Perry Johnson stood out to me on that stage. They really did. Those two, they really, really stood out to me. I don't know who you voting for, but those two stood out.
You want to hear?
Yeah, well, go ahead.
With a little suggestion.
Go ahead.
A watered-down Republican with their commercials on TV before the elections and their advisors telling them to water down their message and don't go too hard like they did. Remember Mitt Romney and Obama?
Yep.
Remember that one?
Yep.
Watered-down fake Republican. And I'm going to throw another name in.
Well, John James didn't show up. John James didn't show up for it.
John James?
He did not show up for the debate.
I don't trust that guy from here to the end of my nose, John James.
Oh, boy.
He had a 90-year-old man sitting in a wheelchair or something on his last commercial. That's why he always lose. Talking about, you don't need to vote for John James because he's a good, honest man. He's a businessman, and
Walter,
I root for him.
I don't want to say I hate you, but I hate you. I really
well,
do.
Who are you going for? Who are you going for, Walter?
Hey, brother. If he'd ratchet it up a little bit on being more straightforward instead of speaking in generalities
Rembrandt?
about, I like Perry Johnson.
Okay, yeah.
He's self-supporting too, by the way.
Yeah, he's the Trump of Michigan.
Messages. Yes, I've been getting constant text messages from him and videos. I like him. I don't trust John James. John James, that's why Debbie stabbed me in the back now, kicked his behind. Yeah. Remember her?
Yep.
Because Debbie stabbed me in the back, or stab a cow in the back now.
Yeah.
She kicked his behind in that debate. He don't want to go too hard on those Democrats, man.
Well,
you gotta go scorch earth on those Democrats.
Well, we gotta go. Hey, Walter,
family.
Walter, we gotta go to break. But I did have a very long conversation with Perry Johnson's wife. I mean, nobody knew it was his wife, and they're all talking about him. And then she's just sitting there, just listening. And I said, "Ma'am, who are you?" "Oh, I'm Perry Johnson's wife." Everybody looked like, we just been talking about him. But she is. I mean, she was an amazing woman, and so I'm gonna have him on the show, Perry Johnson, soon.
Yes, if he hit a little hard, he's got to hit hard. And I got to end on this real quick. Your brother. And our brother Lorenzo Sewell got a new show on a Christian station.
Yes.
You know about it?
Yes. I can say it because he is in Michigan. WMUZ. Yes.
I
was on it. I called him. I called him.
Right.
4 to 7.
I called him yesterday, man. He let me go off on those Democrats, man.
He probably loved it too.
I had to tame it down a little bit because it was a Christian station.
Yeah. You can't do it. Goodbye, Walter. I gotta go. I gotta talk to the world about Jonathan Bush, man.
I'll get back with you guys.
All right. Love you, brother. Take care. We'll be right back.
President Trump has triggered a $200 billion tech disruption, and Wall Street is asleep at the switch. This $200 billion investment in chip technology could make today's artificial intelligence chips obsolete. Technology that will make today's AI data centers a thing of the past, like IBM's old mainframes. While most investors are focused on old-fashioned AI, there are 3 companies quietly building a $1 trillion triangle that could transform every tech sector on Earth. These 3 companies are gearing up to develop and manufacture supercomputers the size of a dinner plate. Institutions like Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street are pouring more than $200 billion into this AI revolution. Investment guru George Gilder has been predicting tech revolutions for more than 40 years, including the iPhone, Netflix, and Amazon. Now he's got his finger on 3 companies whose technology will change tech forever. Log on to TrillionDollarTriangle.com to find out which 3 companies are working on what could be the biggest tech disruption since the internet. TrillionDollarTriangle.com. That's TrillionDollarTriangle.com.
As a local business owner, you get called every week by marketing companies. We get it. We have hundreds of satisfied customers. Here's what a satisfied client recently said.
Open enrollment is going great. We're hitting record numbers. Thank you so much for this report. It really is amazing to see how the marketing is really shaping our enrollment around the city.
Salem Surround. Is your business hard to find online? Meet with a digital marketer today for ideas that will make your business stand out. Visit salemsurround.com.
Platform safety is critical at your commercial and industrial facility. Keeping people safe and meeting OSHA requirements isn't optional. That's why Vans Industrial offers free platform inspections by professional structural engineers who know exactly what to look for. Problems with platforms, ladders, or stairs can lead to costly fines or worse. Vans Industrial helps you meet OSHA standards to protect people in your facility.
Hi, I'm Dave Van Camp, president of Vans Industrial. With decades of experience, I bring long-standing industry knowledge from inspecting, correcting, and replacing countless platforms to make facilities safer. Vans Industrial is a specialty contractor equipped to modify or replace steel catwalks, handrails, stairways, and ladders. Our union building trades professionals fabricate and install high-quality steel systems that create safer work environments.
Call 833-VANS-IND for a free platform inspection by professional structural engineers. See what else we can do for you. Visit vansindustrial.com. That's VANS Industrial.com.
Picture warm Gulf breezes, turquoise waters, white sand beaches. Now, add evenings of conversation with Salem Media's Mike Gallagher, Scott Jennings, Larry O'Connor, and Jennifer Horn. This November, sail from Fort Lauderdale to the Bahamas, Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, and Mexico on a 7-day journey built for those who love this country. Book your cabin today when you text the word cruise to 94878. Celebrate America's 250th anniversary the right way on the Gulf of America Cruise. Book your cabin now. Text the word cruise to 94878.
Let Cole Digital turn your outdoor space into the ultimate entertainment setup. With a 75-inch SunBright outdoor TV that can stay out year-round and great sound throughout. Like planter speakers on the patio, high-quality rock speakers that blend right into your landscape, or bronze garden speakers that blend into the environment. Our technicians will dig a hole and install an in-ground subwoofer for incredible bass and the best in sound quality. We also install outdoor rated access points for Wi-Fi coverage throughout your yard, and cameras that let you keep an eye on everything with motion-activated recording. Tour our Cole Digital Design Center, 15,000 square feet of audio, video, and great design ideas. Cole Digital is family-owned by conservatives that share your values, and we're based right in Frankfurt. Visit Cole Digital today and schedule your consultation. ColeDigital.com. That's KOLE Digital.com. Or call 815-469-2000, and we'll bring the showroom to you. 815-469-2000. Cole Digital, what smart living is all about.
Hi, I'm Ken Mariotti, owner of Woodland Windows and Doors, a third-generation family-owned business since 1969. We know you're bombarded by choices when shopping for new windows or doors, so we're inviting you to experience the Woodland difference. For decades, we have been transforming living spaces with Marvin Windows, a fifth-generation family business. Marvin replacement windows have been known to increase the warmth of your cold rooms by 10 degrees. Think about that, 10 degrees warmer. When you welcome Woodland into your home, you will get a product expert to transform your living spaces, full-time, dedicated professional installers that you can trust in your home, along with the best products like Marvin. These are the reasons we're proud of our 5-star reviews and family legacy. No gimmicks, no pressure, and upfront pricing are why Woodland Windows and Doors is your trusted window and door expert in Chicagoland. Visit woodlandwindows.com to book your free in-home expert consultation. That's woodlandwindows.com, or stop by our showroom at the corner of Lake and Geary in Roselle.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony.
Back to Black and Right. Joining us live in studio is Jonathan Bush. Jonathan, you're the executive director of the Southside Republicans. What's the goal, and what do you aim to achieve on the South Side as it relates to the Republican Party and bringing more people into the fold?
Yeah, I mean, right now Cook County represents about almost 50% of the voting population for the entire state of Illinois. Obviously, Chicago being a strong foothold of that, and then you have the south side of Chicago. And so our goal is really to mobilize and build coalition on the south side. What we've been seeing and what I've been seeing is we saw this last presidential election, we saw a growing number of conservatives actually participating in elections. We saw Trump winning some precincts over there. And so our goal is really to really invest and work on mobilization efforts, reaching out to voters, reaching out to conservative voters, reaching out to voters that don't necessarily have an identity, to bring them into the fold. And we're looking at doing it under the Republican brand, and also working on nonpartisan issues that align.
And that's what RISE comes here.
Well, Rise is just what I was doing on a national level for Turning Point. Right now, I'm focusing specifically on the south side of Chicago, and I'm going to use what I've done with Rise and what we've built with Rise and focus it specifically on the south side.
So voter registrations, getting people to become election judges, registrars, and all that type of stuff?
Correct.
Yeah.
Canvassing. Touching out to, reaching out to voters. And I think one important thing to note what we're doing is we're aware that there are some parts of the southwest side of Chicago where we can do it under the Republican umbrella, but we're also going to do a lot of issue advocacy where we're not doing it because we realize we can't, you know what I mean? This is not something that's going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to run around under necessarily the Republican brand on particularly maybe the southeast side.
Right.
So we're going to rally around school choice.
Jonathan, because some of these areas have never seen a Republican come knocking at that door.
Correct.
So that's going to be like, you what?
Right.
You're trying to get me to do what and who? To vote for what?
Right. Baby steps.
Right.
Baby steps.
Right.
Baby steps. So we're looking at the data. We've identified areas on the southwest side, and right now we have some data on the southeast side on where we can really work on issues like school choice or issues that, one of obviously the migrant crisis really disproportionately affected the black community, the south and west sides. And so you have a lot of residents. I think one thing that's really moving people is, south side residents have seen the largest property tax increase.
Yes.
And really the history.
But they blame Trump on that, but okay.
and that's what we're here for. We're here to educate. We're here to educate these voters. We're here to reach out to them. And I'm excited. I'm excited because, like I said, there's been a lot of movement on the conservative side, on the south side of Chicago. I mean, there's a big Hispanic population, a big black population with a lot of strong Christian and Catholic values. So naturally, there's a lot of conservative values already there. But our job is really to organize, and there really hasn't been any strong organizing efforts. And that's where we're coming in, and I believe we're gonna make.
No, I will say that Devin Jones did lay the infrastructure, because I mean that dude worked tirelessly for two and a half years.
Absolutely.
Have you been in contact with him? Have you been in contact with Chicago Flip Red? I would say Chicago Red, but she's predominantly on the west side. But have you been in contact with these groups that are out there trying to? Because I love my girls at Chicago Flip Red. Have you been out there trying to develop some type of cohesion?
Right. Right now we are in the very, very early stages, and we are obviously grateful to Devin for obviously the foundation that he built and started, and he has given us his blessing, which we are.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, which we are really, really grateful for. We are working on setting up meetings with the other like-minded groups, because we really believe in the power of unity. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, united, we're going to get a lot of things accomplished.
Have you talked with Brian Castle and Evan Castle?
I have not.
Yeah, I think they are the. I forget the name of their group. They have a Republican group too. Matt. He's gonna beat me. Amy and Matt. Cause Amy just took a job with the Trump administration.
Oh wow. Okay.
Matt does a lot of polling. So if you ever need a poller, Matt is a.
Incredible.
Pogorski.
And
Northwest Side GOP.
Oh, great.
That's who
great.
they are.
And we're partnered with Surus. You probably are very familiar with Surus. That's really helping us on the data
Barrett,
side. Right? Yeah, Barrett. Working with, so we're, we do have some partners now. Right now, it's still very, very, very early. So we're obviously going to, work with more people and more partners.
If somebody wanted to get involved, how can they? You guys have a website and
we do
contact information?
Yeah, SouthsideRepublicans.com and .org. They can definitely reach out to us there. We're definitely looking for folks to come out. We're going to have our first event next Saturday, May 16th, right in the heart of the southeast side of Chicago, 607 East 87th Street. We're going to have a brunch.
Oh, right off King.
Yeah. And we're really looking for folks just to kind of come.
Wait. Is that going to be at this, what I have in my hand right now? Is that your business?
No. That's another location.
Well, what's your business? I have this nice looking sweet potato pie Thank you, Willie. Willie's my man. I love Willie to death.
Willie's
but
incredible.
You also are a small business owner, not just a cookie, right?
I am. I have a wholesale bakery, not just cookies. And what we do is we co-pack and private label. So we're like the bakery behind the bakery. So people can still order directly from us on our website, notjustcookies.com. And we make delicious cookies, pies, brownies. Everything's all natural. We even have some allergen-friendly options for those that are
my daughter
vegan. Yeah, and they taste good. They taste good. Everything we make, I pride myself in making sure.
Is there a Facebook page for that?
Yeah, at Not Just Cookies Wholesale Bakery. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Not Just Cookies Wholesale. Absolutely.
Well, Jonathan, I'm definitely going to have you in here. You have my full support. If there's anything you need, my Rolodex people that I know, I will definitely help you. Let's take this one last call. Al, Big Al.
Oh, I just want to say to the young person, good luck out there. And I had a question for Verlon real quick. AOC or Whitmer, who's hotter?
AOC. AOC's hotter. Whitmer's close. But John, I got to tell you something before you kill the show.
Go ahead.
You just killed your friend that was on you was interviewing. Every opportunity that he had to become mayor, because everybody knows you have to be bought and paid for to rise to the top in Chicago.
Yeah, well, he's not one of those people. He's not one. You can't buy him.
Well, he's not going to be mayor. He's not going to be mayor.
He can't be bought.
Hopefully, when you have this guy right here back on the show, I'll get an answer to my question about black people and the response that he gets from black people when they know he's a Republican.
All right. Thanks, Verlon. Jonathan Bush, thanks so much for joining us. Not just a cookie. I'm going to enjoy this sweet potato pie. Willie, thanks for the connection. And, brother, I wish you well
I really appreciate
in your endeavors, brother.
Thank you very
Paul,
much.
thank you. Guys, we'll see you next week.
President Trump has triggered a $200 billion tech disruption, and Wall Street is asleep at the switch. This $200 billion investment in chip technology could make today's artificial intelligence chips obsolete. Technology that will make today's AI data centers a thing of the past, like IBM's old mainframes. While most investors are focused on old-fashioned AI, there are three companies quietly building a trillion-dollar triangle that could transform every tech sector on Earth. These three companies are gearing up to develop and manufacture supercomputers the size of a dinner plate. Institutions like Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street are pouring more than $200 billion into this AI revolution. Investment guru George Gilder has been predicting tech revolutions for more than 40 years, including the iPhone, Netflix, and Amazon. Now he's got his finger on three companies whose technology will change tech forever. Log on to TrillionDollarTriangle.com to find out which three companies are working on what could be the biggest tech disruption since the internet. TrillionDollarTriangle.com. That's TrillionDollarTriangle.com.
News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND, Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com on the AM 560 mobile app, or tell your smart speaker to play The Answer.
Waiting on Iran. I'm Daria Albinger, Fox News. Tensions remain high in the Strait of Hormuz as the Iranian government reviews the latest U.S. peace proposal. Fox's Alex Hogan is at the White House.
The White House says that as they're waiting for this, the ceasefire is still holding.